and he looks like Mitch McConnell. And she's like, you kind of look like Benjamin Franklin. How would you like to start your weekend, Rafe? Looking in the mirror and knowing that your close personal friend, someone you consider possibly your best friend, thinks you look like Benjamin effing Franklin?
Oh, God,
Listen,
dude. Lincoln would have been better and he had more fans.
Why are we stuck in a way, it's very egotistical of common day folk to be like, oh, dude, we're the hottest. What? Like, look at how stupid all of us look. These people are probably hot as hell for their time.
I mean,
and we just look back in anger, like.
He was banging prosties in France, which is kind of cool.
Is that also
that's
true?
just cat house in Vegas.
Yeah, that
for
part
us
is
now.
cool. He went to France when he was in France to negotiate.
He was the ambassador, wasn't he?
I think he
Well, he
said
went there
that
to get
stuff
them on our
cool.
side in the war, in the Revolutionary War, and then while he was over there, he was with the girls.
Yeah.
He got the chicks. I don't know what everybody's problem is.
All right,
you know?
Listen,
Rafe,
bud.
look at that.
Oh,
I
Take
mean,
a
that
good
is
look.
cool as
Oh,
This
hell,
is you with
dude.
your curlers watching The Notebook the other night. This is who you
Mommy,
are. Mommy,
Daddy, unmake me. He looks like
Hey,
the
look at
dude.
that. Now
That's me when I go to bed at night.
that he has a 5 head instead of a 9
man.
head. He looks a little bit more.
That's me when I go to bed at night with his little curls up, his little glasses on.
I can imagine you
that's
checking
good.
your watch and going, oh, F, man.
That's
Three
with your
3
readers.
hours. Good night, Benjamin Franklin.
That is a good
I love
look.
it.
Okay, well, podcast title, Goodnight, Benjamin Franklin.
Oh,
I'll
boy.
write that down right now.
Okay, here's the study. After a good night's sleep, we wake up feeling refreshed and energized. According to research published in the journal MAY.1, the answer might be more nuanced than that, actually. Namely, how you think you sleep might matter more than you actually sleep. Here's what they found. Researchers looked at 100 young participants for 2 weeks, tracking their sleep habits as they related to things like mood and energy levels. The participants kept sleep diaries. So there you go, Ben Franklin. Back to your sleep diary. Recording when they started winding down, when they went to bed, how long it took them to fall asleep, and when they woke up, how long they took getting out of bed, and then how satisfied they were with their sleep. Throughout the day, participants rated their emotions and their life satisfaction, as well as wore activity monitors to keep track of their movements versus rest. When the study authors looked at all the data, they were surprised to find that sleep satisfaction played more of a role in the participants' well-being than you might think. As the studies led the author of the whole thing, they say, our results found how young people evaluated their own sleep was consistently linked with how they felt about their well-being and sleep and life satisfaction. Adding that when participants reported sleeping better than they normally did, for instance, they actually experienced more positive emotions and had a higher sense of life satisfaction the next day. Quote, even though a sleep tracking device may say that you slept poorly last night, your own perception of your sleep quality may be quite positive. And if you think that you slept well, it may better your mood the next day. So, Ben Franklin, I hope you think you slept well.
Old Ben sleeps fine. He won't sleep well tonight thinking about
What's happened?
looking
cool
like
he is.
Benjamin Franklin. But
Good night. Good night, Benjamin Franklin.
good night, Benjamin Franklin.
That's funny you say something about sleep diaries. I was,
This study seems a little like we're unconscious. So, of course, you feel how you think you felt. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
If you wake up and you feel good, you assume you slept well. If you wake up
Exactly.
and you feel bad, you assume you did not sleep well. It just kind of feels like a loaded study where it's like, yeah, people who think they slept well. And I'm like, yeah. That's how sleep works.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's a little loose here.
Because there's times I'll get 3 hours and feel great. I'll wake up. I think it's what part of your sleep cycle you wake up in. Because there's times I'll be like, I'm going to feel terrible tomorrow. And I wake up and I feel great. And there's times I'll go to bed early, get 7 or 8 hours, and wake up and just be dragging.
I agree. And you know what? And I hate to say this, but I know that there's people out there that feel the exact same. The big turn in my life as far as my sleep getting worse was when the gosh dang dogs included themselves in the bed. Everything was fine until then, and now I find myself waking up more times than before feeling like, what happened last night?
Yeah.
Did I sleep at all? I don't drink, so why do I feel hungover?
Right.
You know what I mean? And these are the same hours I'm getting usually every other night. Last night, for instance, we got this new dog. You know, he's not new, but he's new to us. He's 6 years old.
Yeah.
What is it?
Dildo Baggins.
It's Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins, but his name is actually Stanley. The Bilbo Baggins did not catch on.
Oh, man.
I did have it engraved on his little name tag, though.
Yeah.
What were we calling him?
Well, Riz was calling him Little Dildo Baggins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was another name we tried to give him, too.
Because he's a Chiweenie. He's
Right.
Supposedly, which I think is horse crap. I think he's some sort of terrier or something. Anyways, this little dude, he sleeps through, he doesn't care about thunder, but wind.
Interesting.
Last night was windy as heck where I live. I don't know about you guys, but it was super windy, and this
was
little
asleep.
dude was just shaking the entire night. So I woke up feeling hungover because I was there just like comforting a shaking dog for the last like 3 hours of what I was supposed to be
Isn't
sleeping
that
off.
great?
Yeah, but you know what? I wouldn't trade it. I like having the dogs
I
in the
love
bed.
having my cats in the bed with me, too. I know you're not supposed to, like allergens and things. I do not care.
No.
It is such a comfort.
I'm just grateful that I'd say 95% of the time our dogs, they'll be, when you wake up in the morning, in the exact same position they were when they fell asleep the
Nice.
night.
Oh, really? On the bed.
Oh, yeah, they're good sleepers.
Your dogs sleep on the bed?
He loves it when he gets to.
You got one of them senior dog steps?
I know.
A ramp? Have you seen those?
I got to pick him. Yeah, he can't get up there anymore, but I'll pick him up. I just don't like the hair.
Yeah.
You got to just accept it. Like I'll let him sleep up there if I know I'm washing the sheets, and it's the best day of his life. He's a burrower though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, ours
He's a
don't
little
do that.
pug. He's a little rat dog.
Yeah.
You know?
Puggles love
he
to burrow.
Dude, he burrows right up under you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he could sleep in your butt crack, he would sleep in your butt crack. Like he wants to get all up in it. So once he's settled, I'm fine. But he does a lot of nest making.
Yeah.
I'm just like, hey man, lock it down. Benjamin Franklin needs to sleep. You're messing up my schedule.
He needs one of those senior dog ramps that they used to sell in the Sky Mall.
Yeah, I almost bought. I'm such a psycho. I almost bought. There was this bed frame that had like dog beds built into it, like on the side, almost like little tray tables, like little nightstands, where they had a little ladder that went up, and you could put a dog bed on it. They could sleep like right next to you, just off the mattress.
Then you got to teach him how to climb a ladder.
Well, it was like a little ramp,
Okay.
not a ladder. You know what I'm talking about? Like a little like a wooden board with the little slats on it.
Yeah.
So it's like
Traction.
a crib kind of thing that you can put next to the bed so they think that they're in
Yeah,
the
and
bed.
there was a bed frame that had like dog beds on each side.
Oh, neat.
Saw it online, and I was like, you could just literally put like the little dog bed you buy at Petco or whatever on the thing, and they could just sleep
That's neat.
right next to you.
Yeah, well, they'll do that, and then as soon as you are in deep sleep, somehow you wake up
They're
and
climbing over you,
right
yeah.
next to you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Bo does that now. If I sleep on the couch, he'll get right by the cushion, blindly stare up at me like, you don't say anything if I jump up here, dude? I'm just like, he waits, and then if I just barely pat the cushion, he's
like,
airborne.
yeah, Ben. Thank you, Mr. Franklin.
Thank you, Mr. Franklin.
Well, today is May 1st. Guys, we made it.
We made it.
We made it to May 1st. How was your birthday yesterday,
It was
Scott?
Bring on.
fantastic. I mean, you guys crushed it with the gifts. My Okie Dokie and we hung out all afternoon, and I just slept under his shade, and it was incredible. And
Did you take the oak tree anywhere fun?
I should have taken him out on a walk or something.
Yeah, you should have gone on a little joyride with your tree
I
yesterday.
didn't think about that. No, I didn't. He ended up on the back porch just enjoying the rain and the sun for a few seconds whenever that was out for a little bit yesterday. And
You
we've
gonna plant it this weekend?
We've been talking. What's that?
You gonna plant it this weekend?
I should get it in the ground pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah. I need to do my research, though. That was one thing I realized. I'm like, I don't know how to successfully plant a tree where it's going to survive. And granted, this one's the kind where I think you put it on, inside a building, it's going to grow because they're just so hardy. But
Our dear King Scott celebrated his birthday yesterday on Clownvis to the Rescue.
yeah,
On the big show. I heard it was a huge birthday bash show for you.
it was an incredible show and a lot of fun. And he went above and beyond with the gifts. He went to Spencer's. We talked about Spencer's yesterday.
Yeah,
Wow.
he was listening.
I guess so.
Must have been. Did you get a poster that glows in the black light?
No, I didn't. But I
Oh,
got
you already had
some mints that I can't show on camera.
Did you get
Okay.
some sex coupons?
Pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But we were talking about
Good
that.
for you.
He said it's just the weirdest store because he was trying to find a over the hill stuff,
No, that's gone, dude.
and it's gone. And he's
all
like,
weed and
there'll be like
something
this
else.
kids section up front, and if you just go like a foot past it, it's an adult
yeah,
store.
It's just dildos and bombs.
like, how-
There's
that-
just one see-through shelf, and then it's on. It's like nipple clamps and inflatable
weird.
dongs, and
Wow.
I love it.
I miss all the fun
Greeting
stuff.
cards with X-rated things on them.
It used to be like fart description posters.
And fake puke and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
You can still get that at the front.
You just got to find it.
Yeah.
Oh, now that's up to the front.
That's up to the front.
That used to be the stuff that was in the back because it was too controversial.
I was in Spencer's not too long ago, and you could get a full Hooters uniform. And I was like,
get out of here.
I am down. I didn't buy it, but I was like, is this the day that
Mother's
I finally
Day's
get
coming
the
up.
tights?
That could be a great gift for all the mothers out there.
Yeah, Hooters.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, it's Columbus's birthday today, so
Yeah.
happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Clovis.
And I have
Happy birthday, baby.
I got a list of a couple things to be looking forward to in May. First of all, a lot of concerts.
A lot of Justin Timberlake memes.
That's right. It's gonna be May.
Yeah, those are going to be everywhere today.
May is gonna be great. We're gonna, April showers bring May flowers. So we'll be looking forward to flowers. Of course, you have Point Fest coming up May 17th, 311, The Urge, Toadies, Finger 11, Ludo, and many more. This weekend is Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? Start rattling off some more concerts, which, by the way, we have a big concert announcement coming up today on the show at 9 a.m. But tell me, there's
Post Malone with Jelly Roll.
That's right. That's coming up on the 13th at Busch Stadium.
I think isn't Alison Krauss coming this month?
Mastodon is at the Factory. Morrissey's at the Factory May 12th. Post Malone at Busch Stadium. Point Fest, May 17th, like you said. Ice Nine Kills, May 27th at the pageant. Static X returning May 28th at the pageant. Primus, Pussifer, and A Perfect Circle, May 29th.
Dang.
So,
yeah, it is packed.
It's stacked.
Everybody I know is planning on going to 3 or 4 concerts this month.
Nice.
We also have in sports, NBA and NHL playoffs continue. The Kentucky Derby is Saturday. The Preakness is May 17th. PGA Championship starts on May 15th. The Indy 500 is May 25th. The French Open starts the same day. I mean, we're talking about this is a big month, guys.
This is a big month.
I do feel like the NBA never ends. So, every time something says the NBA continues, I feel like that's just
Man, you know what was
last
fun?
season.
My wife's never really watched basketball, but it's free on Max with the playoffs right now. So we were watching the Knicks play, and she got into it instantly.
Yeah, it's
Really?
amazing.
It's such an incredible sport.
It's fun.
It
We
really
got-
is the most
We got
fun,
really
I
into
think.
it in 2020.
I want to go to an NBA game.
Me too.
I want to see LeBron before he retires.
Yeah, maybe we should schedule that out next year where it's Memphis against the Lakers and go to Memphis.
Oh, Tim and I are down.
But Memphis sucks. Let's
So
go.
what?
Let's
That's
go.
why
Oklahoma
tickets will be
City?
cheap.
Let's go to Indianapolis. I don't
Memphis
mean
is
I don't
cool.
I don't mean the team. I don't know anything about the team. Apparently they're in the playoffs or something, and the arena is empty. I'm talking about the city. I don't know why, but I can't like Memphis.
I
They-
gotta go to Bass Pros.
Where do they play? Because I think Tim's gone down there to see an NBA game before, and there's some sort of fantastic arena, right?
in Memphis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. And maybe this is just some St. Louis propaganda, but I saw a meme that said, "This is playoff basketball." And yet somehow St. Louis doesn't have a team. And it showed a picture of Memphis, and it was empty. We're talking like 20, maybe 15% of the place was filled, and it supposedly was a playoff game. I don't know anything
The
about the
FedEx
Grizzlies.
Forum. Yeah, I mean,
So
that
maybe-
could be cool. We could get closer. I want to see how huge these dudes are.
Dude,
That's what I want to just see in person, and I don't know.
You like a big man.
I like a big man. I'm so amazed. They're just huge. They're just huge people.
and you never know what's going to happen when you go to a basketball game. I've been to one
Yeah.
NBA game, and that was the night where I had my hands full of food and was walking back to the seats, but this kid ran into me, and then I saw the dad shoe behind the kid, and I look up, and it was Ben Folds, and I go, "Whoa! I love your music, man." And he goes, "Thanks."
Ben
cool.
Folds.
I was like,
Is this a Lakers
incredible.
game?
Yeah, it was no Clippers Oklahoma
cool.
playoff game. In fact, we were supposed to go to Cardinals game that night, and thankfully the gal I was dating at the time was her roommate was super rich. So on our way to Dodger Stadium, she's like, "Hey, what if I bought us all tickets to go see the Thunder play the Clippers?" And
That's
we're like,
sweet.
Yes.
Yeah, deal.
So she did.
Well, we've been talking about going to see a Pacers game for years. Because is that technically close to the Memphis? Nah, probably not. Either way.
It's close.
I think I'd rather go to Indy.
Okay.
Maybe Milwaukee too.
Oh,
Milwaukee, the Bucks.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
It would be fun.
I like that town.
In movies, Thunderbolts hits theaters tomorrow. Alec Baldwin's Western Rust, more than 3 years after that tragic on-set shooting. That supposedly is coming out. Also, Friendship with Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd. That opens this month. And Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning lands May 23rd, along with a new live-action Lilo and Stitch. That movie was great originally, so I'm interested in the live action. On TV, David Spade's new stand-up special hits Prime next Tuesday. The ACM Awards are next Thursday. Season 2 of Poker Face, I don't know what that is, hits Peacock the same day. And then Conan O'Brien Must Go hits Max Season 2.
Yeah. It's a good
Also,
show.
it's great, man.
He's
Is it?
so talented with that
I
stuff.
slept on it and started watching it when I ran out of stuff to watch, and it is outstanding.
Yeah.
Okay. Season 4 of Welcome to Wrexham, also a good show, hits FX on the 15th. Murder Bot, whatever that is, with Alexander Skarsgård, premieres on Apple TV the 16th. For the most part, Apple TV has built my trust up so much where I will give almost every one of their shows a go.
Really?
I'll give it an episode.
Wow.
Whoa, Murderbot looks
Some of
cool.
them are spectacular, and some of them are okay. Like Dope Thief ended okay. It was okay. That Prime #1 was not great. The last one I saw, though, the John Hamm one, I think you guys would love it. Your Friends and Neighbors.
The M. Night Shyamalan one was a steamer.
Really? What was that called?
Gosh, I can't remember what it was called. It was...
I didn't try that one.
Let me see.
I guess I'm wrong about I'll try anything.
It started off like it was going to be good. Let me see. Apple. Servant.
Servant. Oh, okay. I did
Like,
hear good things
The
about
whole
the beginning
thing
of it.
about it was like this lady was taking care of a doll because she'd had a psychotic break and thought it was a real baby. And it was all shot inside of a house. They never leave the house. But they started like hawking Apple products so hard in this show that I was like,
Oh,
this
really?
is... Everything would be like, hold on, I'm getting a call. And it would be like an up-close shot of like the new iPhone.
Hold on,
Crystal clear and be like, you sound great.
Hang on.
I feel like you're in the room. It became like an ad for
So
Apple.
is this a Wayne's World movie or something?
Yeah, it felt like that at times where I'm like, maybe they're really interjecting the Apple products into this show.
Oh, yeah.
My iPhone is ringing.
Hold on a second. Let me get out my custom AirPods that just came out, and they'd put them in to talk.
Uh-oh, we need to hack a foreign government. Let me grab my...
Right.
It just got dumb at the end. Like
Oh, man.
like a lot of M. Night stuff that started off with a good premise and then kind of petered out.
I got some.
That's a bummer.
I got some iPhone
It's a bummer.
information that I'll share. Continuing on with this, we got Lego Masters that hits Fox on the 19th. Sarah Silverman's new special is on Netflix May 20th. Season 8 of Big Mouth. I know you guys like that. It's May 23rd. Season 8 of Rick and Morty starts the 25th. The American Music Awards, AMAs, are the 26th on CBS. Season 20 of America's Got Talent, still going. NBC, May 27th. And finally, the holidays. The big ones are, of course, this Saturday, Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? Then the following day
yeah.
is May the 4th Be With You.
Oh.
And then the following day is
May the 5th be with you.
Cinco de Mayo. That
that's
is
what it was.
Monday. So we will be here. Yes, we're off tomorrow, but we're gonna do a Cinco de Mayo show on Monday. The Mother's Day is on the 11th, and we'll be over at City Winery. King
The
Scott.
Mother's Day.
I'll be hooting
The
with
Mother's
guitar.
Day. Yeah, that's gonna be a good
Careful.
time.
Hooting leads to hollering.
You're right.
And then Memorial Day is the 26th. Again, Star Wars Day, May the 4th. National Teachers Day is the 6th. So send an apple if they're still accepting apples. National Mimosa Day is the 16th. Armed Forces Day is
Jason's
the 17th.
favorite.
And National Hamburger Day is May 28th. So lots to celebrate. Lots to celebrate in May. Hey, speaking of iPhones, I saw this. 40 years ago, no one would believe that people in 2025 would spend $1,000 plus on a telephone every other year or so, by the way, not just once. A poll asked people why they buy new phones, and here are the results. 25% straight up admitted they just want the newest model. 24% said it's because their current phone breaks a lot. 24% said that it's because their current phone becomes too slow, and 12% said it's because they're eligible for an upgrade and they're looking to start a new plan. 8% said, I'm not sure, which is interesting and telling. How many things do you spend $1,000 on with no real reason?
Yeah.
7% said some other reason. They would not, they check the other box.
Well, I'm glad they did.
And
Can't
get
tell
this. Surprise, surprise, ladies and gentlemen. Men are more likely to buy a new iPhone just because they want the new model. For women, it's usually because their current phone breaks or becomes too slow. So there's a big divide there. Younger people are also more likely to want the newer model. People will also ask how long they expect to own their current phone. Rafe, I know you're rocking, what is it, the 11? The X? What is that?
think this is the... No, I remember I dropped mine in L.A. face
that's
down,
right.
and I had to get one last year. So I think this is the 14 or 15. I can't remember.
Nice. What about you? You're pretty up to date.
No, mine's old enough now where it's not really updating anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's not enough room on anything, and this is one of those where it's outdated, so some apps don't work on it.
Oh, no.
But yeah, and then my wife, her problem is anytime she tries to talk, it starts getting muffled now.
Oh,
And so
no.
they heard that we need to get new phones, so they quickly are reducing our quality of life with our phones. And
Time to get a new one. My brother's still on the 8. I think he's still using an iPhone 8. Like,
That's
it
awesome.
feels terrible. Terrible. People are asked how long they expect to own their current phone. The most common response was 1 to 2 years, 23%. So almost a quarter, just 1 to 2 years.
wow.
23%, almost another quarter, 2 to 3 years. 12% said 3 to 4 years, and then after that, it's 4 to 5 or more. It looks like 12% said less than a year, and 10% said more than 5 years. So that's the facts as far as that goes. So let's talk about the iPhone 17. It's not going to be out until later 2025, but rumors are already flying. If you're curious about what Apple is cooking up, here's what we think we know so far.
Oh, boy.
Apple, super consistent on when it comes to launching new iPhones. They love September, usually the second week on a Tuesday. So if they stick to the usual schedule, we'll probably see the iPhone 17 announced around September 9th, 2025. How much is it going to cost? Well, no official prices yet, but here's what the rumors say. The iPhone 17 with a 6.27-inch display, $800. iPhone 17 Pro, same size, $1,099. iPhone 17 Pro Max, 6.86 inches is $1,199, and the iPhone 17 Air, 6.65 inches is $899. The Air model is new. I guess it replaces the Plus, and it's going to be super slim. I don't know. The super slim ones make me nervous. I feel like I'm going to break those easy.
They do bend.
What colors will there be? King Scott asks.
Yep, I was wondering.
Rumor has it that the Pro models will come in a new sky blue.
Are you kidding me?
No, just like the latest MacBook Air. You can match. We'll probably also see some familiar colors, black, white, pink, maybe even purple.
Clever.
So, yeah, you read that right. Apple might be introducing a new Air model that's slimmer than ever. Some say reports are saying that the iPhone 17 Air could be as thin as 6.25 millimeters. The normal one right now is 7.8 millimeter. If you could even have a single rear camera to keep it lightweight and affordable, a new Air model is expected to have a 6.65-inch screen, aluminum body, and just one 48MP camera on the back. So I think the cameras are going to get some bumps, some new features, whatever.
How neato.
Still working on their own 5G chips over at Apple, but for now, likely they'll stick with those Qualcomm ones.
Is it true they're going to do the Polaroid thing where you print little pictures now?
Is that true?
No, I just thought that'd be a cool addition.
My daughter would spend $1,000 on that.
Yeah, I think everyone would. There you go, Apple. I deserve
so?
a bonus for that.
So here's the real question. How many cell phones do you have inside your home? Not operating. I'm talking just cell phones.
Oh, like old bricks that are just hanging out?
Any of them.
Probably 4. Like Tim and I both have probably one extra phone that we don't need that's dead.
That sits around?
That just sits around that like we're keeping for some reason.
Do you know what the reason is? Is it a backup?
It was like an old phone. I mean, that has a crack in it that we have not traded in or now, what do you do with them after? I mean, you were talking about iPhone 8. Like, I think it might be an iPhone 8. I don't know. Like, who wants that?
Yeah, it's a paperweight now.
Right.
Wait for one of those promotions where like, we don't care what phone it is, trade it in.
I think that's going on right now. Most of those companies are doing that right now.
Oh.
I think it's like any condition, any phone,
Yeah.
and you get something for it. So why not? Why not turn that in?
Yeah, that's what I need to do now.
I've got a bunch of those little Nokias because every time I would go overseas before the iPhones were out or before I had one, or before it was the system in which you could use it in other countries, because there used to be like the GSM versus the who knows what the letters were. So I have like a box of like 7 or 8 of those little Nokia things from every company in Germany or England. Every country I had to buy another crappy little phone.
Yeah, burner phone.
To carry around. So I don't know why I kept those, but I thought like, oh, the next time I'll go to Germany, I'll take this. I don't have to buy another $30 phone. But then you do nothing with it.
Right.
Well, a recent survey found that 31% of Americans that American adults hang on to old devices because they aren't sure what to do with phones, video game consoles, laptops, even the cords and other tech accessories that they no longer use. 19% of people say that they do throw away old tech. They just don't dispose of it correctly.
Oh.
37% say that they'd like to trade in their old electronics for an exchange or an upgrade, and 25% try to sell their old tech. 30% say that they give old devices away to friends and family whenever possible, and 17% have donated them to charity. Because I know there was a whole thing there where you had, when they basically made those little Nokia phones fairly obsolete and you really couldn't get them or wouldn't want to get them,
Right.
you could donate the old ones, and they would send them over to military that wasn't supposed to be on iPhones or whatever, you know, but needed some sort of communication.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was super cool, and I forget what that charity was or what that organization or that push was, but it was a big deal, and they were sending a lot of old stuff that wasn't being used to military members.
Shouldn't that also give us a little bit of, we need to question a little bit more, like, okay, the military's safe if they use these, and they can't be tracked, so maybe we should be back on those phones. What are we doing?
If that's what you
Yeah.
want to do, man, I'll call you on your Nokia.
Okay.
You don't answer on your iPhone anyway.
I've been daydreaming about that often. I'm like, oh man, I just want to disconnect for a little while.
Do it. Do it.
Because
you
aren't
do
presidents
the
not supposed to have iPhones?
Presidents aren't supposed to have
Right.
iPhones.
Yeah,
Smart.
didn't they always have a BlackBerry?
Yeah,
Isn't that a
something.
more secure phone? I think they have iPhones now, but they're not supposed to do anything on their personal devices. They probably have a White House approved phone.
If I'm the president of anything, somebody else is carrying my phone, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're
Heck yeah.
Selena Meyer in Veep. Hell yeah, you have a Gary with
Come
a
on.
bag full of everything you
I've
need.
got a Gary. I've got 3 Garys.
Oh,
We all
Okay.
need
I
Garys.
wish.
If I make president of anything, 3 Garys. There are 3 vacant Gary spots right now. Okay, so we talked about men more likely buying iPhones for the newer.
yeah. That's me. It's reversed at my house. Tim's
Oh, really?
the one that's more utilitarian. Like he will keep a phone for
I can see
40
that.
years. Like I had to force him to get the new phone that he has because I'm like, please, for the love of God, your phones are your photos are pixelated. And now he's got a better phone than me, and now I'm all like, I need to get a new phone. So
Isn't
it's
that the
reversed
best?
at my house.
All right, so let's go around and, you know, we're all coupled up. So tell me, in your household, who do you think, if you had to pick one of you, who do you think is more likely to be able to beat a lie detector?
Wow.
Think about it for a second.
That's actually, I guess, easier than...
Rephrase it. What was the question?
Between you and Tina, who do you think would be better at beating a lie detector? And I want all the listeners to think, like, do you think you could beat it? Really think about it. Because all of us have seen the movies and we're like, I could do that. I could beat a lie detector.
But your heart starts racing, and then you automatically fail it.
They put that thing, that little springy cable around you, and then they put the thing on your finger. And
Right. Jack Burns is in front of
you
you.
got boop, things on your temples or
I
whatever.
looked
they're
at him.
doing.
He was nervous. He's guilty.
So who, in your
I always think
relationship.
that when they put the little finger thing on me at the doctor's office, I'm always like,
calm yourself.
zen out. They're going to ask you some questions about how you've been eating, and you're going to lie. You're going to beat this thing. They're like, your blood pressure seems high. And I'm like, no, it's not.
No,
Impossible.
I don't think it is.
How's your diet been going? Excellent.
Nothing but apples.
Have you made all those changes that we previously discussed?
Yes. Have you ever
Have you used illegal drugs in the past 12
No.
to 14 years?
negative?
It's like, why are we lying to our doctors? They don't really care in the way that we think they care, you know? They just want to know what's going on. So
You're
they
not
can help
judging
you.
me, doctor.
Yeah, don't you put this in my permanent record? I don't want the government seeing this. So, who could beat the lie detector in your home?
I would say my wife for sure, because I try, you know, if I have a surprise for her or something, she knows instantly, and I'm terrible at.
But
Hiding it.
so she's a detector,
Yeah, she's a great detector.
but you think that she could fool the machine?
I think so, because she's been able to pull some tricks on me that I didn't realize. You know, like if we're doing a surprise or something, I didn't even think it was happening. And I like the time when I got the key to the city.
Oh, yeah.
She was. I had no clue, and she knew for a while about that.
That's pretty amazing.
And she never even hinted or made a mistake or anything.
You're
That was
probably
impressive.
right. I've seen you in some nervous scenarios, and I don't think.
Oh, no, I'm terrible
I
at
don't think
lying.
you're going to beat a lie detector.
Nah.
I think they're
I
going to
wanna
actually
be
turn
cool
it
with
off and
that.
go, hey, listen, man, I don't think this is for you.
I don't think you even have.
We
They
just
wouldn't
can
even
talk.
have him hooked up yet. He'd be like, I'm lying.
Listen,
I don't know
dude.
why I said that. And like, we don't even have you hooked up. You're just in line behind Moon. You're next.
Right.
What do you need me to sign? I'll do it.
Sign anything.
Put me
I
away
did it.
forever.
Where's the confession? Lern, what about you?
Oh, Tim all the way can be the deceiver of the lie detector. I don't know when my husband is hammered.
Really?
Yes, Tim is so
Stoic.
and straight and just like he does not he's not all over the place. I'm definitely that one in the relationship. The lie detector would nail me immediately if I tried to lie. Tim, on the other hand, though, can get through everything. Like very just, I would say, secure in himself, also just even keel. So, and I told him, we've been together for 15 years, and I'm like, I don't know when you're drunk. Like, he just is the same.
That's wild.
Yeah.
He is mono Tim.
Monotone across the board.
Yeah, and it's not his voice, it's his soul.
It is.
Mono Tim.
And I was like, I need some fluctuation over here because I don't know what's going on.
You're married to Marcus Aurelius over there, dude.
Yeah,
A
he's
robot.
Or Patrick Bateman.
or Patrick
Oh, goodness,
he
no.
could be American Psycho for sure. But
And there might be skins in your attic.
He does have good music taste, so.
he does have really good
Yeah.
music taste. Thank you. Yeah. So Tim for sure, not me.
What about you?
Well, I'll flip that. I'm the more even keel one, but I think because of that, changes are more noticeable. Tina's so erratic at all times.
Yeah.
The lie detector won't know what's going on.
The guy's just
They'll
like,
be like,
She'll break the lie
they'll be like, is
plus,
your name
minus.
Tina D-Ball? Ah, yeah.
Oh my
And they're
God!
like, I guess it says it's not her name. But it says on her birth certificate it is. And she's like, I don't know.
Tina.
Can I hit my vape?
Yeah.
Listen,
She'll be like ripping her vape. And
Mrs.
like,
D-Ball, we're just trying to get a baseline here.
This is
D-Ball,
why
take
she
the
would.
ludens
she
out
could
of your mouth.
This is how she would beat it. She would spill coffee onto the machine while she was hitting her vape with a cough drop in her mouth. And she would like be biting her fingernails and bite through the wire that's connected to her finger.
And she
like,
would charm the person giving her the test.
That's true. The person giving the test would lie for her.
Yeah.
She actually passed. She's pretty cool.
She passed. You should believe anything that this woman says.
Yes.
Because she thinks it's real. Yeah, she would charm the lie detector guy or gal and get over.
Yeah, I can see that.
Whereas I am pretty calm and I don't think that I would be good at lying, but I don't know, maybe. But I think it would be easy to detect like a subtle change in me, whereas she's good luck.
Yeah.
You're in the eye of the storm when you're giving her a lie detector. She won't even know if she's lying. That's how she'll get over. She has false memories, I think, false implants. She won't remember what you're asking her about, and then she'll.
Okay, Mrs. D-Ball, have you been to the moon?
Depends on what you mean.
I mean,
Moon, yeah.
I do have a memory of it.
I mean, I've eaten cheese and stuff, so I had to get
Yeah, I
somewhere.
can see that.
In my household, man, I think it's my wife. I'm not good. If I feel like something's going on, I'm not good at holding on to it. I want to talk about it. I want to discuss. I want to prevent resentment at all, and like that, like intense. Let's get this out in the air and handle it kind of thing is not good. It's not very conducive with holding together lies. My wife's not good either. I think we would both miserably fail. And I think that
That is not the spirit of this game.
I know, but
Yeah.
my ego wants to say that I could beat it because I could bring my heart rate down. I could level myself out because I'm pretty good at, woo-saw and zenning out. But I've been in a room where a lie detector was there. And I'll say just its presence and like the seriousness of some mustachioed guy coming in saying, okay, listen, we're going to get real serious. And it's his whole vibe. So we did it on the show. We pranked Tony at one point, and we hooked him up to a lie detector. And we had a guy who did lie detectors. So I've been in a room when that happened, and I don't even remember if we did it for real or if we were just lying to him and faking it the whole time. But the stress of the moment,
Oh, geez.
the aura that this machine and all the wires and crap brings, it kind of does raise you up a little bit.
Well, and then you're thinking, like, what are my true feelings about these random questions being thrown at you? Because you don't have time to think, right? Because it'll pop, pop, pop. Those little lines will go all over the place.
I think it would be a different scenario if it was like an interrogation room and you were just in there and the machine was in a different room. But because you're seeing the thing going, and you're Richter scaling stuff, and you're like, well, what does that mean? And he asks a question, and then you answer, and then he makes like a dash or a plus or something, starts making notes. You're like, what are you doing?
I bet, too, whenever it's going on, you can see, like, if there's no questions or anything, it's kind of low. Then all of a sudden, if there's a random spike without a question, he's probably like, oh, that dude just ripped one. All right, knock that on there. We can tell he ripped it.
What do you guys think people said when they were asked, could you fool a lie detector test?
Yes, because people are dumb.
Everybody's delusional.
Mm-hmm. Well,
the same people that think 100 guys can beat up a gorilla.
You guys
we know our people
are correct. 67% of people, when asked if they thought that they could lie and pass a polygraph test, 67% said yeah.
These people all on Maury.
Let's see. Only 6% said no. 8% said they're 100% confident that they could lie and still fool the polygraph. The group most likely to think that they could beat a lie detector test even if they were lying is
liars.
Show me men.
Men between the ages of 18 and 29.
Yeah.
All right.
Many people don't seem to have a lot of faith in lie detector tests. I don't even think they're admissible in court. I think they're so kind of sketchy and inaccurate.
I don't know. I thought they've used them.
I think you can maybe throw it in there, but I don't think it's like when they first were in the 80s and 90s. Tell me I'm wrong. When every TV show and every movie made it seem like that was the judge. Mm-hmm. If you were on trial and they gave you a lie detector test and you said no, you're basically admitting fault. Mm-hmm. And if you failed it, you were going to jail forever, right? Wasn't that like the feeling that you got growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that
judicial quicksand.
Yeah, I don't think it's anywhere. You're
For
right.
sure.
Yeah.
Court quicksand.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's true at all anymore. 12% of people say that they believe polygraph tests often wrongly label people who are telling the truth as lying. Another 43% say that it probably happens sometimes. 13% say that they think polygraph tests often wrongly label people who are lying as being truthful. And another 45% say it probably happens sometimes.
Well, I was going to say, I have a feeling also if you come in there and there's zero, it is just so calm. Like Monotem goes in there, nothing moves up, and it stays this way. Mm-hmm. The cop's going to be like, oh, this dude is for sure guilty because he has like no feelings. There's nothing going on. It's just
right.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
States that generally allow polygraph test results: Alaska, Colorado, Idaho, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, Georgia, and Tennessee.
Don't commit crimes there, guys.
States with limitations that allow it sometimes if both parties agree: New Mexico, Massachusetts, and Delaware, under specific conditions. So there are some states that... That's what's scary, is that it is kind of like... It has been proven to be not super reliable at times, and there's some states that, you know, if you were being accused of something, would you take it? Even if you didn't do it, would you take it?
I mean, yeah, what's the right
if
angle?
you were arrested and accused of a crime, and they're like, well, take a polygraph and this can all be over. Would you lawyer up, or would you be like, fine, hook me up?
See, I would...
I'd be like concerned that I would fail.
I
Me
would be
too.
concerned
Me too.
You're relying on a technology that is so old.
Well, not only that, but then there's like it's the interpretation of the person. And no offense, but everybody's biased at some point. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if it was maybe they put it in the hands of a computer or AI or something and show a bit more accuracy and biaslessness. I don't know, man. Yeah. You know, what if that dude didn't like something that you said on the radio, Lern, and then is giving you a polygraph test, and then they're the expert, so their testimony becomes witness testimony, and we know how faulty witness testimony can be.
Yeah, that's why you got to do the politician rule where it's deny, 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 deny. Just always deny the test, deny everything.
Polygraph tests can produce false negatives even when someone's telling the truth due to various factors, including anxiety, stress, test limitations.
Yeah, and somebody
So
that's being
funny.
accused of a crime, especially an innocent person being accused of a crime, is going to be pretty freaking nervous.
Or someone just hooked up to a machine
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
who feels
Yeah.
you're in a position of like your status. If you're a nervous Nelly, you're probably not going to do well.
Right.
Yeah.
so
We're going to do great. It also says examiner's competency and how questions are phrased.
so if
There's
the-
a lot of
So-
mitigating factors.
I would love
Yeah,
too
yeah.
to see the difference if they were, because those rooms are usually, they don't seem very big. Granted, I've only seen TV shows, so I don't know what it's really like, but it seems like you're in a tiny little box and it's
Yeah.
already intimidating. So I wonder if you were go to
You're
the,
like,
86
will you take this
degrees in there.
polygraph? I will. All right, climb into this coffin.
yeah, pretty much. But you go to Busch Stadium, you know, maybe sitting in the middle of the field there and it's wide open. It feels a little better. You don't feel
In front of 50,000
claustrophobic.
people.
You think it'll change the outcome?
I don't know. I've never considered taking a polygraph test in the center of Busch Stadium.
Well, I'm just saying somewhere open where it
second
feels
base.
like I can breathe.
Here to throw
and I
out the
can-
first lie.
I can run if I need
Recording
to.
artist Moon Valjean.
Oh, man. And you're right. I think it does depend on the question. It's like that old Mitch Hedberg joke when he's like, yeah, they were asking me, have you ever tried sugar or PCP? He's like, what? How am I supposed to answer that?
We could buy our own USB polygraph test.
Oh,
$150 on Amazon.
let's do it. Charge it to Riz.
Yeah.
He approves.
Here's his card.
That would be so much fun.
It would be.
Wouldn't that? I mean, you know, somebody said something in here and we're like, okay,
Prove it.
polygraph. Will you take a polygraph
Strap
test?
it on.
Gosh, that would be awesome.
USB.
Yeah, you hook it into your computer.
And the computer
it-
tells me if I'm lying?
It has
My
all sorts of
computer's
This sounds like a
different
magic
straps.
8-ball,
Yeah.
a digital magic 8-ball.
This is I guess as seen in Shades of Blue, starring Ray Liotta and Jennifer Lopez.
It's real.
So it was in that movie or show or whatever the hell that was.
So it's a movie prop?
Okay.
Yo, let's look into that.
I will.
We need to. And maybe you're innocent and somebody accuses you of a crime and says, will you take a lie detector test? And you want to tell them, F you.
Right.
Well, I have the best responses from people online when asked, what's the most polite way that you can think of to tell someone, F you?
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart is number 4.
Whoa.
Bless your
Show
heart.
me. I love that for you.
I love that
Oh,
for
that's a good
you.
one.
I don't have that one on here, but I have some that are familiar,
Like,
kind of close to that.
that's a good idea. Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. No, I have how amusing for you, which was supposedly the way that Queen Elizabeth would say that you're an idiot.
That's all she said to me when I met her.
That is a cousin of I love that for you. That was
Right.
the distant cousin, the
Yeah.
English cousin.
I feel like a lot of these are related. They're just kind of different depending on the area in which you're using it. Certainly, Bless Your Heart is a classic one from the Deep South.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Number 3 is straight off of the Riz handbook. Noted.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
good.
If somebody's a jerk and sends a long ranting email replying with a one-word answer is the worst, it's very dismissive. Noted.
Very good.
That's number 3. Number 2 is have the day you deserve. Hard to call you out for it because it could be meant in a nice way, but not usually.
Yeah, I see that a lot more often these days.
Number 1 is when you're driving, and we talk about this all the time. Instead of flipping somebody off, you blow them a kiss.
Yeah.
Blow 'em a kiss.
Also, have the day that you voted for is something that's piggybacks on that last one a lot.
Oh, okay.
People kind of politicizing it.
That's funny.
I can see that. Number 5 is you've genuinely been wonderful.
Oh.
Number 6 is telling somebody to just smile. Just smile. Number 17 is I'll
Choose
pray
joy?
for you. Yeah, choose joy. That's
Just smile and choose joy are very
yeah. A lot of these are
intricately related.
these are all synonyms. Let's see. One is I love this one. Your delusions are truly impressive.
Yeah.
Gosh.
This is another good one. I envy people who have never met you.
Dang.
That's a good
brutal. Thank you for your insight. I'll be sure to do the opposite. I'll add your opinion to the list of things I don't care about.
These are pretty not as covert.
No, these are
really
just
telling
now
you.
mean.
Yeah. You're right. They're not polite. They're more creative.
My grandpa had a nice laser he'd drop on you whenever he'd Be like, sounds like you got it all figured out.
That's a great one.
Which
is basically telling you you're a know-it-all.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Or, well, sounds like you got it all figured out. Don't need my advice.
Oh, man, that is a good one.
That was a good, and then
we've all heard
you'd
that.
hit the back door, and by the time you hit the back door, you'd be going right back in there.
Man.
To get his advice, because you're like, man, he just dropped a laser in my brain.
Yeah, that is a good one. And it's subtle, too, because if you weren't ready for it, it's not gonna input until you're a few hours later. And
It was a way
oh,
to
man.
get, when he wanted to give you advice, but he knew that if he gave unsolicited advice, it wouldn't be taken.
You needed to ask for it.
He'd get you to ask for it that way.
Yeah.
And it worked every frickin' time.
That's hilarious.
It's adorable how wrong you are. If ignorance is bliss, you must be the happiest person alive. It's not bad.
No.
Now, these feel like English put-downs.
Yeah, I wonder if this was done in the UK. I see you've set aside time today to be completely insufferable.
These are all things that are said to me
I know.
all the time, every day.
I was going to say, the comments
Is this
section
the
on
chat
Facebook
room?
for every one
I
of
didn't
us.
know it was negative comments.
I'm sure you'll make somebody very unhappy someday. If I wanted to hear from someone irrelevant, I'd have asked.
I was hoping someone would lower my IQ this morning.
I'll let you get back to thinking you're correct. Your confidence is impressive, given your track record. That's something that my dad would say. Some people bring happiness wherever they go. Others, whenever they go. I'd explain it to you, but I left my crayons at home. You have the right to remain silent. I suggest you use it. And the next is, please continue. I always yawn when I'm interested.
Oh, yeah.
That's not bad. All right, like I said, big show today. We have a concert announcement coming at 9 a.m. We're going to play a game that we have not played in a long, long time called Who's Who.
Who dat?
And, Rafe, you want to explain that game?
Pretty easy. Who's Who? I will give you a series of 3 quotes. They will either be there'll be 2 possible people, probably people who don't seem like they would have anything in common. Vis-a-vis, it might be Post Malone or Sam Malone from Cheers.
Okay.
And you have to just tell me, best 2 out of 3, who said it.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
And it might be harder than you think.
We do have tickets to give away still to Point Fest and Can You Feel the Punk Tonight and that Hailstorm show that just got announced yesterday. Tickets aren't even on sale for that until tomorrow at 10 a.m., but we do have your way into it today. Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? The band, Misfit Machine, all my bandmates are going to come in. We'll play a little medley of songs here just to kind of show you, if you haven't already figured out what Saturday's shows are all about. Tickets are still available to that, canyoufeelthepunktonight.com. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much about it for what we got coming up this morning.
Did anybody watch the game last night? Did
Blues
Kerber
game?
get all the words in that we were... I saw that he got hella.
He did?
He put hella in the broadcast.
What a
But I don't think he
freaking
got daddy.
champion.
He's a pro, man.
You got to
Bro,
be
we got
kidding
hella
me.
into an NHL
Playoff.
broadcast.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
I don't think we got daddy. Do you remember what the third
Oh,
word
he had
was?
to have said daddy.
Yeah, it was can you dig
Can
it?
you dig it?
Can you dig
Can you
it?
dig it, daddy, and hella. He did get hella in.
Well, after
You know this.
Blues
Saw it?
fans were at Hot Shots last night watching and tweeted at us.
we'll
that
do
he
some
did it.
research and dig, and we'll try to get the clips and be able to play those after the Team Riz Member of the Day. And today's member, it's all brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Rizzuto Show and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. Alana True. Is it true?
Yeah.
I think it's True, or Truey, from Steelville, Illinois. Alana has been she's been a Riz Show listener since high school and now listens to the show all day, every day, while she's at work. She loves Riz's spunky attitude, Moon's patience, Lern's feral energy, Rafe's humor, and King Scott's headline goo, which we will get to today. Woo. Alana continues to spread the gospel of Riz far and wide to her family and friends and is very excited to be part of Team Riz. Welcome to the team, Alana. Sign up like she did at 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. The time is 7:02 on this fine first day of May. Lern, tell me about what's happening on the roads and in the skies.
Golden Oak Lending sponsors your traffic. Do you need extra cash? They can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. So let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We do have an accident westbound 44 just past Park Avenue. The right lane is closed. The right shoulder is closed as well. Stalled vehicle westbound 44. Could be the same event. Looks like there's 2 vehicles at Park Avenue, so just be aware of that entire area there. Your weather today, 72 will be the high. Storms kind of throughout the day, similar to yesterday. 57 as the overnight low, and then unfortunately rain through the weekend. Right now it's 63 degrees, and your point weather is brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning. More reliable than your St. Louis weather.
What you mean rain through the weekend? I thought it was supposed to be nice.
I see rain through the weekend.
Sprinkles?
Sprinkles, not storms.
It is supposed to rain all weekend. My brother is a farmer, and he is off this weekend because of rain, according to him, the Farmer's Almanac and the Weather Scan AccuWeather Steve Templeton forecast.
I don't like it. Okay, Lern, what do we got?
Some System of a Down disappearances. Debbie Harry gets her own doll. The best one-name musicians and the best dog on TV or movies. Dogs that come to your mind. We got a list.
Okay, all that up next.
I'm a fan, I'm a freaking nerd, I'm a big fan. St. Louis City has my heart, and Together Credit Union has made it so very easy for me. Not only have they dressed me well with this lovely scarf, but they gave me access to the St. Louis City SC Visa card. The credit and the debit card exclusive to Together Credit Union members, but it's gotten me 10% off food and bev in the stadium at the home opener. It got me 10% off at the team store, which is beautiful, by the way. And you know how Riz and I are super cheap with our time. We don't like to stop or wait in lines because we're prissy, we're crybabies, whatever. I got express entry because of this little card right here, so you can get it too at Together Credit Union. I love them. Go City! All for City!
We are backstage at Point Fest, and I got to tell you,
Say it again, but slower.
backstage at Point Fest
At Point
with my
Fest.
dude, grandson.
Woo! How long has it been since the last Point Fest?
Oh, 2 years almost, probably. A
We
year
are
and a half, for sure.
backstage
And doing it.
at Point Fest, and we're doing it.
and
We're
it's
doing
beautiful.
It. Come rain or come shine.
All right, here, I got a first question to ask of you.
What's up?
Hold on, wait.
All right.
Whoa!
I'm here for an interview with grandson. I have an interview with grandson today.
Oh,
I thought that I got this one. I thought this was my interview with grandson because I thought that you had gotten to interview him before, and I had never gotten the chance to interview him.
My grandson.
You guys had 2 years to figure this out.
We sure
still have
did,
it.
yeah, and we didn't.
It's as if you have a grandson tattoo.
Oh, can we get that? Can we get that zoomed? Look at that. Now that's commitment to the craft.
It is.
Requesting at your local radio station. Okay, you guys.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
So my question: when are you getting your grandson tattooed?
I
That's
don't
the
have any
question.
tattoos at all,
I
man.
see.
So
We'll
that-
have to change that.
So that's not even like
a lot of tattoos running around backstage at a rock show.
Okay, so that's how it happened. Lux and I had a conversation to where we said, okay, who is going to get to interview grandson this time? And I won this time.
She's won a couple in the past.
Yeah, man.
There's enough of me to go around.
But you're one of those guys that we cannot wait to see you, man.
Thank
like
you,
that
man.
that is one of the highest compliments that we can give you. I am 45 years old. I'm a huge fan of grandson. You your fans' grandkids. What do I call myself? Because I feel like I'm too old to call myself a grandkid.
No, the grandkid knows no age, knows no boundary, gender, ethnicity, love interest. Does not matter. Whoever you are, if you appreciate real music and you feel like you resonate with the truth that I tell and the way I tell it, there's more room for you.
Man, I tell you, and you were one of the first times that I ever heard you. I said, I don't know who this guy is, but I like it and I want more of it. And it's like everything that you're on, you make it better. The track with K-Flay and Ex-Ambassadors, that's a killer song anyway. Don't get me wrong, but that is such an amazing song with each of your different kind of features in there. There's a million things to talk to you about, but I always want to talk about K-Flay whenever I have somebody else that can have the mutual appreciation of her. I love her as a person and as an artist, and she just seems to be the kind of artist that people just want to work with because of the kind of human that she is.
There's two kinds of artists, I think, out there. There's the artists that seem larger than life in how they dress and how they conduct themselves. When you meet them, it just feels like you're meeting some mythological being. And then there's the artist who just feels like they could be like your best friend. Yeah. There's the artist who comes down and just feels like a peer. That was something I felt like when I met her, like I already knew her, because what you see is what you get. She's honest, she's inquisitive, she's curious, and reflects in her music. So I'm a big fan, and throughout the pandemic, we've become good friends and made a lot of great music together.
The name of your full-length record that you released in December was called Death of an Optimist.
Death of an Optimist, that's right.
And I find myself every day as somebody that is an optimist. I'm a glass half full guy.
That's good.
But holy smokes, every day it seems like there is another kind of challenge of that sort of thing. And this is an honest question. How do you legitimately keep your head above water when, man, you could wake up in a great mood and then you see the news and there's some other backwards ass something or the other happening? I almost fell. And we still have to keep pushing on. How do you handle that?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, and to be candid with you guys, like, I don't all the time, and I've in the past leaned on getting high, I've leaned on all kinds of vices.
Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show. Listen, Riz has been talking about Moritz Royce for years and years, and I listened. I said, okay, well, I'm going to go in there and see what it is, see what it's all about. And, I went in with my wife. Now, you can do it yourself and go for that engagement ring and pick it out and do all that because you're not alone. If you go in there, you have the best of the best Moritz Royce Jewelry. Those people are the smartest and the best when it comes to all things jewelry. The Simon G collection, diamonds, gemstones, watches, anything and everything, from engagements to anniversaries to random gifts. So you're not alone. You're talking to experts here that are not working on commission. They're there to make sure that you are served, that you are a lifetime customer, because you are not only so very satisfied with the piece, the product, and the gift or the engagement ring, but the process as well. The entire experience is a big deal to them, and you're going to have an incredible experience. Now, I went in with my wife, and it was great because, she literally showed Mr. Royce her hand, and he said, oh, you guys have got some great ideas, some creative ideas, but let me make this suggestion because of, how her hand is built and how her fingers look and all that. Let's go with this type of band. And my goodness, what a genius they are over at Moritz Royce Jewelry. Get over there, make an appointment. You got to book an appointment. It's not just a showroom that you can walk in. That's just the tip of the iceberg, too, that private showroom on the 15th floor. Moritz Royce Jewelry, ninjabling.com. Moritz Royce, where you get the jewels and not the shaft.
Hey, it's Lux, and I'm backstage at Point Fest with the Glorious Sons. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
This is your second Point Fest in a row.
Yep.
Not only were you invited once, but you've been invited back again. How has this day shaped up compared to last year?
It was a nice day.
Nice
Good
day?
crowd,
Great crowd
Great
today.
crowd, yeah.
Good crowd, great crowd.
I needed that show today.
Did you?
Yep.
Where were you
didn't.
guys?
Brett
I could have
didn't.
just stayed home and done this. So where were you guys last night?
Oklahoma?
Good. You know what?
Rocklahoma.
Rocklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big festival.
Yeah.
Did you get to see any cool bands?
No. We stayed in our bus and we left before tornado hit.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, really?
I don't think a tornado actually
it
hit,
didn't
but
hit,
there
but
was like a
Bad weather?
Yeah,
just
bad
didn't
weather
wanna
warning.
Get hit by that one.
Never even seen a tornado, so I'm quite scared of them actually. To be
Now,
honest.
we have them quite often here in Missouri, but I have heard today's should be okay. So, but also maybe after the show.
Yeah, we'll leave.
Leave the Midwest for a little. Leave the Midwest for a little bit. May is not a great month.
Hunker
for
down
us.
in the casino.
Yeah.
Well, I know we talked about this the last time that we chatted. That you guys are hockey fans.
Not really, to be honest. Packer, our drummer, and Jesse, our guitar tech, are.
To the party emoji, the Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Riz. Be careful out there. We all know how you like to party.
That's right. Riz is partying right now in Disney World. Lern just pulled up a picture of him, I guess, that he posted on a roller coaster. And that's the other genius thing about the Disney app thing and all that. You know, you go through the roller coasters and you used to have to stand in line and wait for the screen to show your picture and whatever. And you can do that if you wish, but they text it to you. It's like on the app. All the pictures
Is it
show.
now free?
Yeah, it's all there. It just, boom, there, download it. It's on your phone already.
Whoa.
Bang. So he's doing that right now, and he said something about questioning life choices, 3 beers and a chili dog, and then going on whatever ride it was. So he's having a good time. He's having a good time. I haven't gotten any texts about, good or bad, so I take that as a good sign. Riz is going to be back on Tuesday. He's spending this whole time down there at Disney World with the family, living it up. 3 beers, chili dogs, and a roller coaster. Not a genius combination, in my opinion, but who's to question?
Hey, 3 chili dogs and a beer. That sounds great. Is that what I said?
Hey, have you guys ever done this? You ever been anywhere? And I'm wondering if he is going to find himself, because he said he's going to spend like the whole days at the park. He's going to see the fireworks at the end and all that. You ever been out with friends or been somewhere and you start panicking because your phone is dead? Maybe the better question is, have you been in this very common situation and not known this? There is a viral TikTok going around. It's a woman that says that she just found out that you can share battery life from phone to phone.
What?
And people apparently are giving her a lot of trouble because they're saying that was obvious and everybody knows that. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
I mean, it's so obvious. I knew it. You guys, Rafe knew it too. You're just the weird one.
So
Phones have batteries?
this says that you can charge your phone by hooking it up to one. She says that you can charge your phone by hooking it up to one of her friend's phones, and that she was shocked that this is possible.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I thought you could just like set it next to it or something and it.
Well, no. Apparently, some you can do like that as well. It says.
I've charged my phone off my MacBook before.
Right. It says just like you would charge it off of your tablet or your laptop or something like that. It also works for watches. Now, it says it isn't always an option. She had her charging cable, and that was obviously compatible with her friend's phone, so that's a must. And some phones don't require one. You can just lay one on top of the other and share power.
Never heard of that.
Me neither. So, also, you need to make sure that the phones play nice and that you're not agreeing to have, something transferred or synced up. But the biggest hurdle in this, unless you're being very devious, is your companion needs to agree to give you some of their charge. Otherwise, you're stealing. So, what do you mean? So it's like a USB-C to USB-C. You can just phone to phone. How do I know which one I'm trying to suck power from and give power to? Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
I don't get it. And why is
let's
this
see
so
here.
obvious if I've never heard of this? You ever heard of this, Lern?
The sharing of power?
Yeah,
Like the battery power?
from phone to phone.
I haven't. I feel like that's a myth.
Let's see here.
This gal on TikTok is saying that that she did it and she was so shocked, and the vast majority of the comments are saying this was so obvious, everybody knows this.
No. I mean, how does that work? You just put your phone up next to somebody else's phone?
Well, apparently that does work with some phones, but it's a cable, like a USB-C to USB-C, iPhone to iPhone. Like I'm low, you're not, you give me power. But we'll have
It's like
to,
a
I don't know,
hotspot.
but
we'll have to try it.
it looks like. Let's see if there's.
I'll tell you what, if you've done it before, or if this is malarkey, send it over on the Coleman's Campers text line, 314-649-DUMB. It's 314-649-DUMB. We are live on the Mick Ultra Studio Cams on the Points YouTube channel, and you can get a hold of us, 314-624-3833. Coming up after Crap on Celebrities, we will do Who's Who, give out some tickets. The Misfit Machine is going to be in here. We're going to do a whole live. We got 3 horns coming in. I mean, we're not going to set any records because I think last time we had 4 or 5 horns, but
Right.
there's going to be a lot of people up in this piece.
So many people.
So look out. We'll have to clear some chairs out.
Hazard to your booty tried to break your record on.
Did they break it?
I think they tied it.
Oh, they
On the
I got to go
number
back
2
and
show?
look at when you guys did, the amount of musicians I had in there. They hit 8.
That's awesome.
I think you guys had 8 too.
I was sitting on a toilet playing guitar, and I had 2 horn players in the stall with me, behind me, blasting
They had 3
horns in my
horns.
ears.
They beat you in horns.
Oh, nice.
So there's 3 horns in that
It
stall?
was a horn
There's a
off.
trombone, a trumpet, and a sax.
Yeah, that's great. Aaron will be here playing sax for both bands. He'll be here today as well. So we'll do that in the 8 o'clock hour. That number 2 show, that episode went up yesterday, so that's all.
Yeah, check it out. It was very good. They killed it. It was a fun interview. So check out the Hazard to Your Booty number 2 show. Baby.
Love those guys. Love those guys. Very cool. Hey, so today is May 1st. We made it. We made it to May. It's also Phone In Sick Day. We're not celebrating. Riz is. It's Mother Goose Day today. 10 days to Mother's Day and 23 days to Memorial Day weekend. 58 years ago on this day, May 1st, 1967, 32-year-old Elvis Presley married 21-year-old Priscilla Beaulieu at the Aladdin Hotel in Las Vegas. They separated in 1971, and Elvis filed for divorce in 1973. 36 years ago, 1989, police in California were called to a jewelry store after employees reported a suspicious person. It was Michael Jackson shopping in disguise.
Oh, no.
Update. TMZ published an update in March of 2019 and say that they've now confirmed that the 12-year-old that was with Jackson in the disguise was one of the Leaving Neverland accusers, James Safechuck.
Whoa.
34 years ago, 1991, at age 44. That's our age, Scott.
Holy pickles.
Nolan Ryan threw his 7th no-hitter. Here I am, like, my ankle hurts.
Yeah.
There are things hurting that I don't even know how I
He
injured.
was 76, still throwing no-hitters.
And this dude threw a 7th no-hitter, helping his Texas Rangers shut out the Blue Jays 3-0. That same night in Oakland, Ricky Henderson stole his 939th base to break Lou Brock's all-time records.
and was arrested shortly after.
Big day in sports. 33 years ago, 1992, on the 3rd day of the L.A. riots, Rodney King appeared in public to appeal for calm by simply asking, "Can we all get along?"
Good question.
By the time the riots ended, 54 people died and 11,000 were arrested. 26 years ago, 1999, Aerosmith performed Living on the Edge at a Denver concert and dedicated it to a Columbine shooting victim, Lance Kirkland, after he had told him that that was his favorite song. The band visited him in the hospital 2 days earlier. He couldn't attend the show in person, so he listened to the concert over the band's cell phone.
Wow.
Lance was one of the 28 wounded and 13 killed by their 2 deranged classmates at Columbine High School on April 20th. 24 years ago, 2001, Destiny's Child released their 3rd album, Survivor, featuring Bootylicious, Survivor, and Independent Woman Part 1. 19 years ago, 2006, I did not know this, Shaq and Kobe both welcomed new daughters into the world 6 minutes apart.
Oh, wow.
Gianna Bryant was born in California just minutes before Mariah O'Neal was born in Florida. 6 minutes apart.
Gianna's dead. She died in the helicopter, right?
Wow. I believe so.
It's terrible.
What? Not going to follow that?
Don't want to do
Sorry.
the joke now.
Okay.
Sorry.
In poor taste.
But breaks. 14 years ago, 2011, President Obama announced that Osama bin Laden had been killed. Although for the SEALs on the ground, it actually happened for them on May 2nd, local time. Robert O'Neill is the man who made the kill shots. 12 years ago, in 2013, Chris Kelly, better known as Mac Daddy. Mac Daddy Make a Jump from Criss Cross, OD'd on a fatal mix of cocaine and heroin. He was only 34. 10 years ago, 2015, Avengers Age of Ultron was released. And 9 years ago, 2016, HBO revealed the fate of Jon Snow on Game of Thrones in the 2nd episode of the 6th season. Remember how upset we were when it looked like they'd killed him off in the 5th season finale?
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
That was a big deal. And that's your back in the day. Okay, Lern, teach us. Teach us crap on celebrities.
All right, crap on 101. Here we go. Fans all over social media have been reporting that System of a Down's groundbreaking 2001 album Toxicity is no longer on Spotify. So checked out, yeah, it's gone. Unclear what happened. The band hasn't released a statement. They're on tour in South America right now. The band's top 3 songs are still displaying accurately on Spotify, Chop Suey, Toxicity, and Aerials. But as far as the album goes, Toxicity is not displaying the album art next to those songs. Instead, it's compilation albums.
Weird.
And yeah, very strange.
Well, they don't own that master. So whatever their distributor is, their label's going to... Somebody just let an email slip through that said,
Interesting.
Hey, your thing is your auto renewal credit card needs to be updated.
Needs to be updated.
or whatever it is.
That's probably all it is.
Yeah,
but
come on, Atlantic or Def Jam or whoever it was.
whoever it is. In other System of a Down news, Chavo from System,
Which one? Is this Ponytail?
This is Ponytail. 7 hours after Violet is his band, and they just released a track called Float on YouTube. So you can check that out if you want some new System of a Down Chavo action. One of the most iconic photos of Blondie's Debbie Harry has been inspired for a new action figure. I actually love this.
Ooh, which photo? Because they're all great.
It's the one of her. She's in a yellow T-shirt that says Vulture, and she's got like fishnets on and like a little like shorts. You ever seen that photo of her from the 70s?
If I haven't, I'm gonna.
Well, you should. She looks so cute. And so Super 7, they've unveiled the reaction figure of Debbie Harry dressed in the Vulture's shirt. That was actually taken, the photo that's iconic of her was taken by her bandmate Chris Stein back in 76.
yeah. Wait, that's her ex-husband too.
That's right.
Right? And they're on good terms.
Ex-lovers.
He is what is he friends with? He's like friends with John Feldman, Goldfinger singer, and all that.
Yeah.
And Feldman has some of his art, and guess what it is?
Debbie. It's Debbie.
It's Debbie, and it's in his house. And holy,
how could you
smokes,
not
dude.
have a muse in Debbie?
Okay, so I know that this photo, it's not a live shot. It's the one that's in the white studio, and she's got kind of like a studded belt, and hardly
She's
any.
so cool.
Yeah, she's kind of Donald Ducking it a little bit.
Yeah.
Here. You know what I mean?
The shirt is all that's really on. It's great.
That's a heck of a picture.
So if you'd like it, you can shop at brooklynvegan.com to get your own Debbie Harry action figure. It's just $20. I think that's a deal. Michael Bolton's brain cancer treatments have been impacting his short-term memory, his speech, and his mobility. He was diagnosed with an aggressive glioblastoma back in December of 2023, had to have emergency surgery. And he says succumbing to the challenge is not an option. You really quickly get drawn into a duel. And I guess the way that you find out is you find out what you're made out of. He actually says that he did not want a prognosis from his doctors because he wanted to focus on his own optimism and living life to the fullest. I mean, glios, John McCain died from a glio. I've had 2 uncles die from a glio. It's not easy. And a lot of times they're doing clinical trials with experimental medications and drugs and treatments to prolong their life, but it is a death sentence. Like,
that's what Michael Bolton's dealing with?
That is what Michael Bolton is dealing with. But I got to say, it's interesting to have this sort of tumor in your brain and to go, I don't want to know how much time I have. I just want to rely on my own self-esteem and my own vibe. Don't tell me I got 6 months. Let me just live my life and not focus on, because I understand that. Like, you get told something, you have so many months to live. How do you not focus on that?
Well, how do you avoid that? If you don't want to know.
Well, you just tell them, like you say, I do not want to, I'll continue treatments, I'll continue coming
so the
in.
doctors aren't going to say. But, there's so many different staff. There's so many nurses. There's so many nephews and whoever. Oh, my gosh, I heard. I'm so sorry you have blah, blah, blah time. Wouldn't you worry? Wouldn't you just seal yourself up?
I would want to know, but then I understand why he doesn't want to know.
Oh, I totally do too. I'm just saying, what are the practical implications of that, and how long can you go before somebody spills it on accident,
or if your family member wants to know, or that's true. But his latest brain scan last month came back clear.
Well, you know what's going to happen.
So hopefully he has a lot more time than he thinks.
Yeah.
All your devices are listening to you, so they're picking all this stuff up. It's you're probably going to get fed some ads that says, "Do you have
end of life insurance
X amount of time because of this?"
That's got to be weird.
Well, he really, and I thought of you, Moon, because he really is talking some deep stuff here. He says, this whole experience has given me a heightened sense of appreciation. It's unthinkable for it to be okay not to make the most of your life. I think we develop capabilities in problem management, and we learn how to make the best out of a bad situation. You just have to be a cheerleader for yourself, and he's just living his life. He doesn't want to, he's meditating daily, he's golfing, he works out. He takes voice lessons. He's doing voice therapy.
Oh, good.
So he's really living his life and trying to better himself and just make do with what he's got here. Selena Gomez unfollowed her bestie, Teresa Marie, days after she was seen having dinner with Selena's fiance, Benny Blanco. Now, Teresa Marie is an adult content creator on OnlyFans, to which Benny subscribes. And he's taken Teresa out to dinner without Selena, and now Selena is not following her anymore. There's some beef
in
Happy Land.
I thought everything was like
he's the coolest guy ever. And
He needs to get that nacho cheese back out and fill up another bathtub because
you're saying he
he's
needs
in
to
the
quit perving,
doghouse.
dude.
I thought it was glitter and rainbows. Over
Yeah.
there.
Well, that was prom photo shoots last week.
Right.
Because Selena couldn't go to her prom.
Right.
And this week he's out to lunch with adult content creator bestie of Selena Gomez. I don't know. So we'll follow it for breaking news.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Lord's fourth album, Virgin, is going to be released on June 27th, so now we have a release date for that. You can check out the trailer for Bono, Stories of the Surrender. It's premiering May 30th on Apple TV+. Here's an interesting Ranker.com list. So, singers that go by just one name, okay? People over at Ranker.com, they voted for their favorite one-name singer. Got a top 10 list here for you, and there's a ton of singers that just go by one name. Who do you think is the number one seed of this?
It's got to be the one.
list?
Can I guess?
Prince.
Go.
Someone that owes Moon dinner.
Madonna. She has to be on the list.
Madonna's on the list at number 4.
Let's not hog all the guesses, boys.
Okay, so yeah, that was your guess.
Well, start shouting. I say Prince.
Prince is number 2.
Yeah.
Rafe,
Where was Madonna?
4.
Cher.
Cher is number 6.
Give.
Sting.
Sting is number 10.
Ooh, that's a great one. Meatloaf.
Not on the list.
If he was, Lern would have taken him off.
My eyes are rolling in the back of my head.
I guess it's not one name, so I won't say that one.
One, go hip hop, go pop.
MIA.
Beyonce.
Beyonce, she technically does go by Beyonce, but Beyonce knows.
Yeah.
You
You're
know.
right. You're right.
SZA.
We're talking straight up one
SZA
name.
not yet on the list.
Rihanna.
Rihanna is number 7.
Right.
Ooh.
You guys are missing some prominent ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who have we gotten so far?
Can you give us genre and era?
So you guys have gotten Prince, Madonna, Cher, Rihanna, and Sting. You need to go back in time,
I'm gonna go back.
rock and roll.
In.
There's also pop, new pop, and then a deceased rapper on this
Time
list.
rock and roll.
Back in time, rock and roll.
And technically,
Oh, Santana.
no,
That's a
Jelly roll.
no. And honestly, I don't know. I don't like
guess, I
that.
guess.
This is. It's the same thing like Beyonce, Knowles, Elvis.
That doesn't
I almost
count.
said Elvis.
It
doesn't count.
It doesn't count, and that's number 1.
That's absurd.
It is
Yeah.
absurd.
Why,
I mean,
why even
Elvis
finish
is-
this list?
I almost said it, but then I was like, well, technically he did start with his last name.
Right.
But it is synonymous, like identifiable with one name.
No, wrong. No, absolutely not.
I don't think
Nobody
it's
knows
right.
Madonna's last name unless
But
you're,
if you
you're
say-
looking for it. Elvis
I
Presley.
love Elvis. No one's like, Elvis Costello?
But also,
And like, they know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but
Tupac is
everyone
on this
knows.
list.
I'm with you.
And like Tupac Shakur. Like,
Yeah.
but he's number 9. So, I mean, maybe because they were so great that they get to be on the list.
horse crap.
Also, the
Horace
last
He's
one.
on
Crap.
there.
Who's that?
Horse crap, dude. No, I'll
He's
tell you what.
awesome. Is he
Who did
French
you say?
or?
I can't believe Elvis is on there.
Pink, Eminem, and Adele were the last.
Pink.
Yeah, see, those are great. Adele, that's her
Adele
name.
was number
but
3.
I don't know her last name.
No.
No one does unless you're looking for a trivia answer.
And we know Marshall Mathers' name, but he doesn't go by that. He just goes by Eminem.
You're right.
All right. In other news, Dick Van Dyke is releasing a book in November called 100 Rules for Living to 100, An Optimist's Guide to a Happy Life. Dick will turn 100 years old on December 13th.
Dick will turn.
Guy Ritchie is set to direct Roadhouse 2, and Jake Gyllenhaal will be back to reprise his role as Dalton, the ex-UFC fighter who takes the job as a bouncer at a Florida Keys bar. You guys liked this movie, right? Or Rafe
I had
did,
fun with
and
it.
you
Rafe
guys
didn't. Right?
Well, it's just not. You can't compare it to the original
No,
Roadhouse.
yeah.
Is the problem.
It's
This
Conor
is silly.
McGregor was so bad
Yeah.
as an actor that it just was like, this is... I mean, I wasn't looking for Oscar-worthy performance, but
I
it was
wanted that
fine. It kind of
silly.
lost the spirit of... it lost the spirit of the first one to me.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It just wasn't my thing. It was fine. It
wasn't
did not. It doesn't merit a sequel. Maybe Guy Ritchie. Did he do the first one?
I don't think so.
Maybe Guy Ritchie will put his spin on it because I like Guy Ritchie movies. So hopefully maybe it'll get better.
Is that the one where Post Malone is fighting somebody in the beginning?
Yeah.
I didn't make it past that.
It's a classic.
I mean, it's not because of him. It's just like it just didn't get me.
No,
I
it's
think
just
I
it was
think
one
I
of
need-
those fun, just silly. I knew it was gonna be a terrible kind of movie, and you're like, this is gonna be
Just
great.
buckle up.
And I don't know why. I just love those movies. I'm like, that's some cheesy thing I want to be in. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny.
They
see it
lost the
being a fun
spirit
movie.
of the first one though, where it was like Patrick Swayze was this bouncer, philosopher, poet who reluctantly did his job and wanted peace when he could get it. He didn't want, and then they Jake Gyllenhaal's just like an ex-MMA fighter with a rage problem. Like they took all of the
Substance.
Well, yeah, they just took all of the corny kitschiness that made the first one good, and he's also up against this guy who's like this rich guy who's got a small town under his thumb, and now they're in Miami.
Right. That even though it was so cheesy back then, it was trying to say something.
It was trying to, it was like in the middle of Missouri. It was this rich guy who had all these poor people under his thumb, and he was the Robin Hood that came into town, and it was corny as hell. And then in this one, they're just like, what if it was just abs? In Miami.
Yeah. Well, it's like
Conor McGregor also is in it.
It's like every movie back then to sell to the studio, they had to have like a moral, like a Full House sort of moral umbrella to it. Even Demolition Man, like you can read like all these like big philosophical
there's no
things
Sam Elliott character. Sam Elliott was like the Obi-Wan.
Yep.
You know, comes in to help Dalton. Double deuce.
Now they just
there was
sell
loss.
Maybe there will be more added on. I mean, now we just know what's
Give us more.
There's also a fat guy who had a polar bear fall on him, and he got one of the best lines in movie history when he said, "Tinker, did you see what happened?" And he goes, "A polar bear fell on me."
Wait, in the original?
Yeah, dude.
I don't remember.
Oh, man.
It's amazing.
I'll have to check that out again.
After adding movie characters Jay and Silent Bob to its roster, Call of Duty has now added another 420-inspired playable character to its Black Ops 6 lineup. So now you can play the game as Seth Rogen, and you have to get to the Premium Battle Pass. Or I'm sorry, you have to pay for the Premium Battle Pass to unlock Seth Rogen. But the Pineapple Express star is coming to Black Ops 6, and that familiar laugh will be dropping at the end of the new trailer. So be on the lookout for that.
They have endless creative ways to take my money.
Yeah.
Endless creative ways.
That's good.
It's all these characters and all that. You know, it's like the same people that are buying this stuff are the same ones that were complaining about their kids buying skins on Fortnite.
And now they'll be buying Seth Rogen.
We're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like the kids that were buying unicorns for Fortnite are buying Seth Rogen for Call of Duty. It's all the same stuff.
It's great.
It's wild. So much. Take my money.
Take all of our money. And finally, guys, dogs have just a way of making everything better. You guys are all dog. You live with dogs. You're dog humans. Rolling Stone ranked the 15 best movie dogs of all time.
Oh.
So let's talk about it.
Number 1, Shaggy.
Shaggy the dog.
Shaggy was not the dog. That was Scooby's
That
hothead
is
partner.
right.
No, Shaggy, the Shaggy dog from the Disney movie.
I know, I'm kidding.
Oh.
No, you're trying to back out of that.
Yeah, we're not looking for cartoons.
The white fluffy dog, the Shaggy dog.
No cartoons?
I don't see a cartoon on here.
Was there a
This is
live action
real.
Scooby-Doo that's not in there? I'm going to say,
Scooby-Doo's not in here. Go.
show me Benji.
Benji.
Oh, come on.
Benji not on the list. Suck it.
Wow, 5 sequels and not on the list.
Yeah, that's pretty
All right,
wild.
so
Pretty
Lassie.
wild.
Yo,
Not
Lassie.
top 15.
Show me Air Bud.
Air Bud number 2, Buddy the Golden Retriever.
Airbud's number 2.
Oh.
This is a weird.
Hey,
Beethoven.
Benji's not on the list.
Yeah, no kidding. This is a strange
Beethoven?
list. Oh yeah, Beethoven.
No.
Get out of
Lassie.
here.
Lassie is number 1, the rough collie. Lassie, come home.
Show me Old Yeller.
Old Yeller. No.
The
Show
rabbit.
me.
Go more modern.
Hooch.
Honestly, okay, like
Whoa.
there's one more like classic movie dog on here.
What about
Shadow.
Every
Chance.
No, there is no Homeward Bound on this list.
Ping.
How can you? Shadow is the grandfather. He's the
Listen,
dad.
You don't
What?
have to tell me. Okay, I'm crying my eyes out forever at that movie.
That movie is
Frickin'
one of the best
Shadow.
movies ever.
It is.
Show me
What
Old
age you
Dan
are.
and Little Ann from Where the Red Fern Grows.
No, you're going to get into pop culture movies right now.
Hooch.
Get out of your Mark Twain books.
Turner and
Hooch.
Hooch.
Yes, number
Hooch is on
10.
there?
Hooch, the French Mastiff.
Okay.
Okay.
Funny movies.
Okay.
Like the dog from Problem Child.
Willie Nelson.
What do we think? What are we missing?
Paul Rudd's dog in I Love You. Or was that I Love You, Man?
it was
Or
I Love
what?
You, Man.
No, that was the one where he's the
Lou
brother.
Ferrigno's pug.
No, Willie Nelson was the one that was like,
Oh, the role models?
no, it was
No.
when he was the loser, our idiot brother.
Already, no, that's not on the list.
Marley and Me.
No, I'm sorry. No, no.
How about Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh yeah, from Everything Is Illuminated.
Yeah.
I'm sure
No,
everyone's seen
you're
this.
literally naming the most
I hate to
French
feel like Riz
movies
here.
right now. No. These are
We literally said
These are
Old
real
Yeller, and he
movies.
wasn't on the list. It's one of the most popular movies of all time. Give
And
us a hint.
Okay, so like
Benji had more movies than Duncan.
I didn't make the list, dude. Rolling Stone did. Okay, listen, Anchorman, like Baxter the Border Terrier in Anchorman.
He got kicked over a bridge.
That's right. He got it. He scared
That's
the
a
bears.
weak character.
Okay, what about Einstein, the sheepdog in Back to the Future?
Okay.
That's on the list
barely
here
in the
at
movie.
14.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
Barely in the movie and did nothing.
you're playing with my favorites now.
Brandy the pit bull in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, who saves the day.
okay, that was pretty fun.
Okay, and is on the logo. My buddy has that dog tattooed on his leg. So
That's sweet.
okay, I guess.
Bruiser the Chihuahua and Legally Blonde, Elle Woods' dog.
That's a good one.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
what about the Ricker is a dog? The Ricker is a dog from one of those movies.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about? Is it Special Delivery? Have you seen that?
You're getting real fringe now.
What are you
dude.
talking? Real fringe. We're talking
Special
about Paul Rudd.
Delivery.
Remember, he's driving the rickshaw, the
Hey,
thing.
man, I already tried to throw an obscure Paul Rudd out there. It ain't happening.
Have you guys seen this movie? It's Brittany Murphy, I believe. Brittany Murphy and Paul Rudd, and he.
Clueless?
No, man.
Oh.
His gal goes to college, and he calls her or something, and he thinks that he hears her cheating on him.
Uh-huh.
And he writes this letter, like, to break up with her, like this vicious letter. And then he sends it, and then Brittany Murphy and
Wow.
him are convinced that, like, oh no, he finds out that the Ricker is a dog. It was the guy he thought his gal was cheating on. And then it's a road trip movie.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hit the that's neat button real quick?
Yeah.
That's neat.
That's,
you.
I hate you guys.
That's not on the list, and I apologize.
What about Rin Tin Tin?
You need to see that movie.
No. Okay, I'm just going to give it to you because I'm annoyed.
Toto,
The
Me
pit
too.
bull in John Wick.
Oh, yeah.
the pit bull, the one that dies in the beginning.
I guess so.
Don't even know its name.
Again,
uncredited.
weak character.
Winky the Norwich Terrier in Best in Show is number 12. Apollo the Great Dane in The Friend. Jack the Jack Russell Terrier in The Artist. Rin Tin Tin, the German Shepherd in Where the North Begins. Apologies, I didn't see that one.
Okay, I guess.
Snoop the the French Border Collie in Anatomy of the Fall. Asta the Wire Fox Terrier in The Thin Man. And then this
The
one is
Thin Man.
The Thin Man.
Get the hell out
What
of
is
here.
It's
that?
a classic.
What is that?
It's an old. It's like from the 40s.
You guys
or 50s.
haven't seen Special Delivery. But
Thin
Well,
Man
we haven't
can-
seen The Thin Man either, dude. I didn't make this list. And then,
Suck a fat one.
guys, number 3 and one that we all missed, Toto from The Wizard
oh,
of
I
Oz.
said
He
that. I
said
said
it.
that.
Oh, you did? Okay, well, point for Moon.
Good God.
My God, that's your crap on celebrities.
That was a great list.
Thanks, Moon. Or thanks, Scott. Wow.
Well, I got your celebrity.
Thank you, Lern. Thank you.
Celebrity birthdays. Caitlin Stacy is 35, and you'll know her. She played the dog in Johnny Panic. On Mayans MC. Anyways, Jamie Dornan
It's
is
going off the rails,
43, and that is Christian Grey from 50 Shades of Grey. Darius McCrary is 49. He's Eddie Winslow on Family Matters and The Dog in Wizard of Oz. We got Julie Benz is 53. Wes Anderson, the legend himself, is 56. The incredible, amazing director of Rushmore, The Royal Tenenbaums, The Grand Budapest Hotel, and Air Bud. So check that out. Tim McGraw is 58. We got Ray Parker Jr. We know him. He's a legend as well. 71. We also have Rita Coolidge is 80. And that's her biggest hit. Do you guys know her biggest hit?
No.
Your Love Has Lifted Me higher.
Oh, yeah,
and
Ghostbusters
higher.
2.
Jackie Wilson.
And a local
Oh,
big-time
Yes.
celebrity, the one, the only, Columbus. He's 6 years old today. Happy birthday,
Columbus.
Columbus.
birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Columbus.
buddy.
Hey, before you do porno birthday, since we're talking about animals, you know how they talk about how rabbits, breed like rabbits? Mm-hmm. I found this article. One woman learned the lesson the hard way. A woman in Michigan called Saginaw County Animal Care and Control. We just had that story about, it was like an update about the lady that had 100-something cats in her house.
Yes.
Well, this gal was calling to help to get help with her house that was overrun by rabbits. She said she bought a few rabbits as pets for her kids. It's so cute. And then they started breeding them, and she didn't know how to stop it. The woman tried to separate them by putting them in different pens in her basement. They got around that by chewing through the drywall and all the materials that she used to block them, making it impossible to contain them. She thought she had about 50. Turns out police came in. They had over 65, and most of them were pregnant.
Oh, my.
Unclear.
Like Australia or something.
Unclear how long ago she bought the initial rabbits, but it couldn't have been past Easter.
What?
How many rabbits?
So 65. She thought there was 50. There was 65 when they removed them. It takes about a month, I guess, for new rabbits to be born.
Okay.
So she bought a couple that were most likely pregnant, and then it's like one of them video games.
I mean, so cute, but then like the little pellet turds from rabbits, like how, my goodness. Can you imagine?
If you're looking for a good...
I can imagine because I live with a rabbit, and listen, I'm an animal lover. I really...
So much trouble.
I feel like I have a gift with animals, and I always give them the benefit of the doubt, and I hope my daughter's not listening. I really don't like this thing.
Yeah.
What?
It bit me, and I have not been able to get over that.
Cute.
A rabbit bit me.
It bit me, and I can't figure it out. I think we're buds, and then it like jumps real suddenly and does its zoomies, and it makes me really nervous. I don't like this thing. I don't know, man.
You should like it. He's got a lucky foot.
Dude,
waiting
I'm counting down the days until we are rabbit free.
My friend Casey and I, when we were kids, got our younger brothers to eat rabbit turds. Because we told
You've
them,
got to be kidding.
We told them they were M&Ms with the shells melted off.
Dude, you're the
trouble.
worst.
Oh, no.
We got in so much trouble. She instigated it. She was a year older than me.
Ew.
I would like to say I was unlawfully brought into this.
Sure.
That is awesome.
Porno B-Day.
Oh,
All right. Today's pornographic birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Debbie Diamond. Today's birthday girl has been in 23, Rafe 23 fine films, including Above the Knee, All American Girls 2, In Heat, Anus and Andy. That's a classic. That's a classic throwback.
That must be a misprint.
That one's in black
too,
and white.
Because Debbie Diamond is famous. That gal's been in hundreds and hundreds of movies.
Oh.
That 23 has to be a misprint.
Oh, maybe it's 23,000. Backstrokes and toilet fantasies.
What?
The Big Boob Ball. Bloopers 2.
Oh, that's a fun one.
That's a double entendre.
Who's going behind the curtain and going, yeah, I'll go ahead and rent bloopers, too.
Oh, man. And my gal was blooping hard last night. Butt Boss. Debbie Does Dallas.
Yeah,
we all know her
famous.
from that. And Debbie Does Dallas Again.
Oh.
And who could forget her iconic role in 1993's AVN award-winning I Want a Divorce. Debbie Diamond is 60 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those were your crappy birthdays. And that was your crap on celebrities.
Thank you, guys. Okay, it is 7:45. Lern.
Yeah.
Tell me good things about what's happening on our roads and in our skies.
Well, it's brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. If you need some extra cash, you can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days with Golden Oak Lending. Let them cure your blues. Stalled vehicle northbound 55 just past Arsenal. The right shoulder is closed. All lanes are open, though. Otherwise, pretty normal for 7:45. Your weather today, 72. Storms will be going on throughout the afternoon, just kind of like a cloudy day like it was yesterday. 57 is the overnight low. Unfortunately, rain throughout the weekend. Next time we're going to see a sunny day is Monday, and actually next week looks pretty fantastic. Right now it's 63, and your point weather is brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your St. Louis weather.
Okay, I tell you what. Let's bring that game back next. It's called Who's Who. Go ahead and give us a call. 314-624-3833. That's 314-NA. Dude, we got tickets to Can You Feel the Punk tonight, 3 p.m. matinee show happening this Saturday. We also have a pair of tickets to Point Fest, 311, The Urge, Toadies, Finger 11, Ludo, and many more. And then we also have tickets that aren't even on sale until tomorrow. And that's the show with Hailstorm and special guest Lindsey Sterling and Apocalyptica, September 23rd at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Give us a call. We'll play Who's Who next.
Hey everybody, it's Jeff Burton from the Rizzuto Show. Thanks for tuning into the Facebook takeover with, my goodness, Taylor Momsen. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm going to get the geeky fan side of this out of the way first, which nobody watching is going to be surprised about. But I've been a fan for a while. You and I have chatted a handful of times, and the last couple of times that we did it, I'm sure you don't remember this, but we do a picture together, and I started collecting.
If you're someone who's looking to purchase a home or refinance your home, or if you're just looking to consolidate some ugly credit card debt, maybe you don't know exactly what direction you want to go in for these things, let me make it easy for you. Call Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage. Stewie is your guy. He makes it easy. Any questions on rates, the industry trends, give Stewie a call, and he'll shoot you straight, man. I'm a comedian. Finances ain't my forte, but when I sat down with Stewie, I feel like he made everything simple and crystal clear for me. He'll always be honest with you about what's best for your current situation, and he'll provide guidance to walk you through every step of the process. The best news of all is the Bagel Loan is available for refinances as well as new homes if you're borrowing more than $200,000. The Bagel Loan is Stewie's signature loan that can't be beaten. It covers the typical costs that are associated with closing your loan. This includes things like no underwriting fees, no appraisal fees, no title fees, no lender fees, no closing costs. You get why it's called a Bagel Loan? Because there's zero associated fees and costs. Bagel Loan benefits for a refinance or even more. You get more money back in your pocket and less financed into your loan. You can maximize the cash back on a cash-out refinance, and you can refinance your home for free without adding to your previous loan amount, so you're not paying all that stupid interest. Plus, he can get you closed in 10 to 15 days. Personalized service with integrity. It's worth the phone call to talk things out with Stewie. Even if you're already working with someone else, give Stewie a call. If you can't beat him, fine, stay with who you're with. He's that confident in his service. Call or text him on his actual cell phone, because when you call or text Stewie, he is the man you're talking to. It's 314-324-4440 or Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS number 226715.
Joined in the point studio now by the mastermind behind Ghost, Tobias Forge. How are you, man?
I'm good, thank you. How do you do?
I'm doing really well. It's an absolute great pleasure to have you here, and the absolute ferocious fan base of Ghost has me completely petrified that I'm going to screw this interview up, because they
then don't.
Right. Well, that's the idea. But it's one of those really great things in getting to talk about Ghost right now, because you can just feel all the excitement and everything kind of not starting to come together, but just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That has got to be an amazing thing for you to see on your side of things.
Of course it is. I mean, I've done many records in my life that had caused nothing, you know. So it's you never know how many times you will have this feeling. So I'm trying to sort of absorb it and enjoy it whilst it's here, and yeah, no, it's a fantastic feeling.
When I had read, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I had read, kind of when the process and the thought process for this was beginning, that you thought that you would have a certain audience that would dig it, that would enjoy it, and that it might even be kind of like sort of an art thing that you could potentially see at like an art installation. Are you yourself a little surprised that it is grown into what it has become now?
Yes. I mean, obviously everything is a gradual sort of these epiphanies of what you can achieve obviously comes gradually. And now obviously I know what took us here, but there was definitely a thousand things that I could never have predicted back in 2008 or 9 or 10 or 11.
Sure.
And so yeah, it's mind blowing, but yeah, I don't know what to say really. I knew I liked it and the material in the beginning, and whenever I played it to people, it seemed to have caused a reaction that seemed that indicated that there was definitely a crowd for it.
Absolutely.
But going from there to here, it's a long way to the top.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to specifically seeing you tonight at you guys tonight at Peabody, because the theater is just beautiful. Like it is completely perfect for this type of show. As the shows get bigger, I'm sure the work putting into the show gets greater as well, but the end result has to be unbelievably rewarding when you get a little bit more room and you get more bells and whistles that you can incorporate into the show. It has to be a really great thing to be a part of and see as it goes along.
It is. As a perfectionist, it's also a very grueling, because everything is a work in progress all the time, and a lot of the things that I have in mind right now are, since we're doing a few arena shows this fall, and that's where we intend to sort of keep it in the future. There's a lot of moving parts that needs to go, and we just started the album cycle as well. This tour that we're on right now is technically it's like a pre-album sort of warm-up tour.
Sure.
And there's still a lot of things in progress, and as a director of all this I see a lot of flaws. I see a lot of things that are not done yet.
Right inside our homes. And that's why I give my home the same love and attention as my family. Just a couple weeks ago, I had Zero Res over for a carpet and air duct cleaning, and I can't tell you how much fresher everything feels. With graduations, end of the school year, and warm weather gatherings coming up in May, there's no better time for a deep clean. Zero Res handles every surface. Carpets, tile, grout, hardwood, laminate, stone, upholstery, rugs, and yes, air ducts. Trust me, don't risk it with the other guys or by going DIY. Zero Res is the zero residue cleaner. No dirt attracting soaps or chemicals up behind, and your carpets dry fast. Keep the mud outside and not under your carpets. Check out their 5,900 rave reviews and a 4.9 Google rating. Right now, get 3 rooms zero resified starting at $129 and take $75 off that air duct cleaning. You owe it to yourself and your family. Breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res 314-474-2020 or visit ZeroResSTL.com and say you want the Riz Show special. Spelled backward or forward, it is Zero Res.
All right, Point Fest 2022. It is Liv, and I am so excited. As you know, this is one of my favorite bands ever. The Struts, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
That was a lovely introduction.
So excited. So to start, I actually have a prop, because I met you guys several years ago. It was backstage at a show, and Luke, you had disappeared for a moment, and I missed an autograph on my favorite piece of merch ever.
Oh. Here we go. There's a badge on your bag as well with the Struts on.
Wow. So,
flag. The flag.
If you would be so kind,
Of
my friend.
course. Do you have a pen?
I do.
Fantastic. Of course I will.
That's been waiting there
Since
in
2019.
anticipation.
It's been on my wall, and I'm like,
Oh, it's a
damn
big
it, I
day.
don't have Luke.
Show. God, I love him. Happy birthday, Riz.
Happy birthday, Riz. He is on vacation until Tuesday down at Disney World, enjoying himself. Lern shared a nice little picture of him on the roller coaster. Looks like he's having a great time. It's one of those terrified faces with his hair blowing all over the place. And
He looks like he's changed. Something has happened.
He's changed, man.
He didn't have any Mickey Mouse ears on. I saw
that's
that
'cause
Meals did.
You have to put him in the little compartment while you're on the ride because you don't want to blow it off, you see.
No, but he and Amelia took a photo in front of the kingdom.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Sans ears.
Sans ears.
She had ears on.
Yeah, she had ears on, but he did not. So
Oh, he has them, but he just didn't have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
I think by tomorrow the ears will have happened.
I was trying to drag it out of him yesterday. I go, "Are you having a good time?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's hot." I go, "All right." I go, "Is it what you expected, or has it exceeded your expectations? Give me a little bit of a." And he just goes, "It's what I expected."
Which was awesome.
He just gave me. He's poker facing it. I don't know if he's actually having a good time or what's going on.
He's having a great time. I know he is.
Well, now
I'm sure he's having fun.
It's a new
Let's
Riz.
call him. No.
Should we call him on air?
Always.
He would.
He would kill us all.
He's an hour ahead, so it's not like he's not up. He's at the gate. He's
That's what
probably
he said. He said
already
they
in.
were in line before the park opened to get on a one specific ride. And he was not
Exactly.
happy about that.
You have to do that. You have to do that. By the way, I have a correction. That movie that you guys need to see because you're fools for not
Special
seeing
delivery?
it. 1998. It's overnight delivery.
Oh,
not-
cool.
Okay.
No, hit the neat button again,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, sorry.
Wow. That's really neat.
1998's Overnight Delivery with Paul Rudd and Reese Witherspoon. I'm sorry, Reese. I said Brittany Murphy.
So it's got all three of them in it.
And Christine Taylor is in it as well. And Sarah Silverman.
Okay.
And Gary Wolfe, whoever that is.
All right, I will look into it. I love all of these people.
Guys, it's an amazing movie. Okay. It's an amazing movie. Has Paul Rudd done anything that's not worth?
No.
It says 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb. I don't know what the Rotten Tomatoes are, but it's a great movie.
It looks great.
Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome.
Well, that's not true.
Oh.
Well, that's not true at all. That's the wrong thing there. Sorry about that. But I'll tell you what, this isn't even the right music anyway, because we have special music for this game because the game is called Who's Who. It's time for Who's Who. And today's Who's Who is brought to you by
CarStar, your auto body repair expert. Hell, damage. See them at carstar.com.
Okay, so Who's Who today? We're going to play this to determine who gets tickets to Can You Feel the Punk Tonight, Saturday, May 3rd. That's this Saturday. The Misfit Machine is actually out in the hallway right now. Johnny Venus is out there setting up his drums, so we're going to jam here in just a bit. But we're giving out tickets right now to the 3 p.m. matinee show. Again, tickets are still available at thepageant.com or Can You Feel the Punk Tonight. We also have Point Fest tickets to give out. Your choice, 311, The Urge, Toadies, Finger 11, Ludo, and many more. Saturday, May 17th at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. And then, as of this week, just announced, Hailstorm with special guest Lindsey Sterling and Apocalyptica, September 23rd at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Those tickets don't go on sale until tomorrow at 10 a.m., 1057thepoint.com for those. But you can win tickets for that show right now. So, Who's Who? Rafe, take us through how the game is going to roll.
I'm going to give you two people, probably celebrities, well-known folks, probably from different walks of life, and I'm going to give you a quote, and you simply have to tell me which of these two people said it. You get 3 opportunities to get it right. You have to get 2 out of 3. Do we want to give them a lifeline or no?
I say let's give them a lifeline.
You can have one lifeline in the room, and you can kick it to whomever you think might be an expert in these people.
By the way, I have not seen any of these.
Yeah.
So
No one has.
Lifeline, so you can pick Lern. You can pick
Anybody
King Scott.
but me.
You can pick me. And Rafe, because I don't have the answers, you need to tell me if they got it right or wrong. So give me a little signal there so I can... All right, let's start with... and this is best 2 out of 3, right?
That is correct.
You got to get 2 out of 3 to win. Let's start with Marty in Arnold. Marty in Arnold, how are you?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning. All right, let's play Who's Who. Rafe, take it away.
All right, Marty, good luck. This is Who's Who. I gave this as an example before the break. Tell me who said it. Post Malone or Sam Malone from Cheers?
The bartender from
Post Malone or Sam Malone from the popular sitcom Cheers, the fictional Ted Danson character, Sam Malone. Here you go. Number 1. You never lie to a woman. That's what deodorant is for.
That's got to be Sam.
You got it, brother.
All right, on the board. That's how you play. That's how you play.
All right, here you go. Chance for the sweep. You can't be cool and drunk at the same time. I've tried.
Huh.
Oh, boy. Can I use my lifeline and go with Moon?
You sure
Moon.
can.
You can't be cool and drunk at the same time. I've tried.
Oh, man, I feel like either one of them could say it, and I know that that's the spirit of the game, so well done there, Rafe. But I feel like Sam Malone would think that he could still be cool. And Post Malone is probably honest enough to be like, you can't do both. I'm going to say Post Malone. Show me Post Malone.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry, Marty.
Also, Sam Malone
I'm
from
sorry,
Cheers.
Marty. I'm sorry.
All right, Marty.
Gosh dang it. It's all right. You're going to win it right here.
It's harder than it sounds. Marty, you're out of lifelines. You don't have to be smart to be successful. It helps, but I've done all right without it.
Show me Post Malone.
Bye-bye, Marty.
Goodbye, Marty. Randy. I'm sorry.
That was also Sam Malone. Those were all three Sam Malone quotes.
That's
really tough.
Great example. Great example. Sorry.
Sorry, Marty.
Sorry, Marty.
All right.
Randy in St. Charles. Randy, how you doing, man?
Doing fine. Good morning.
All right, let's play Who's Who.
All right, Randy, good luck. Tell me who said it, Donald Trump or Derek Zoolander?
Okay.
Oh, no. Okay.
This is Derek Zoolander, Ben Stiller's fictional character from the movie and title Zoolander. Donald Trump or Derek Zoolander? Here we go. It's really hard to be humble when you're so good looking.
Zoolander.
Sorry, that was Donald J. Trump.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Randy.
no, indeed.
I did think that was Zoolander
Donald
as well.
J. Trump who said that. It's really hard to be humble when you're so good looking. That was Donald Trump. Here you go. You do have a lifeline. There's nobody more humble than me. Nobody.
Stop looking it up,
I'll
Randy.
go
Let's
with,
go.
He's typing it in. We can hear
No,
you
I'm
typing
not.
it in.
Oh, you're not? Okay,
Come
great.
on, Randy.
Then
Go.
answer.
I'll use the lifeline. Learn.
Learn. There's nobody more
Learn.
humble than me. There's nobody more humble than me. Nobody.
I mean, God, I could see both the president
No, I
and
see
Derek
both.
Zoolander saying both. I'm going to say Donald Trump.
Nice.
There you
He is
go.
correct. That was also Donald Trump.
All right, 1 for 2 for the win. Right here, Randy.
For the win, Randy. I can't help it if I'm just naturally gifted at everything I try. That's a curse.
That's Trump.
That is actually Derek Zoolander.
Goodbye, Randy.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Randy.
Sorry about that. Melissa in St. Louis, you got to do better than the last
This game
two
is
guys.
giving people problems.
It is tough.
Happy birthday, Team Riz.
Hey, happy birthday, Melissa. Thank you.
Well, she said Team Riz, son of us. But
All right,
that's
let's
nice.
do it. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well,
It's none of us.
Melissa?
Team Riz and the Riz Show.
Oh, thank you.
Melissa, I knew the spirit of what you meant. I love you. Here we go, Melissa.
I love
I believe
you.
in you. You're going to be the first winner of Who's Who. We're going to stay on this one. I've actually got 3 more. Donald Trump or Derek Zoolander? I want someone to win in this category. Here we go. Melissa, I know words. I have the best words, but there's no better word than stupid. I know words. I have the best words, but there's no better word than stupid.
Let's go Zoolander.
It's actual Donald Trump. I'm sorry.
We don't know our president. My
We don't
goodness.
know our president.
Yeah, I know, right?
That is a good word. Stupid.
It's all right. You still have a lifeline, and I think you're going to sweep out from here. One of my greatest assets is that I'm rich.
Wouldn't that be Trump?
Or is that your final answer?
I think so.
See you later.
Goodbye, Melissa.
That was Derek Zoolander.
Gina in Farmington. Gina. Or is it?
Hello.
Hello.
All
let's do
right,
it.
Gina. Here's a new category for you. Good luck. Hopefully our first winner.
Thank you.
Is it Patrick
I hope
Bateman
so.
or Batman? Is it fictional murderous character from American Psycho, Patrick Bateman, or national hero, the Batman?
Oh, boy.
I have no illusions about what I am, but I know what I'm not.
That's Batman.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, that's right. That is Batman. He's
It is Batman?
You got it right.
Yep, you got the
He
point.
buzzed you on accident.
All right, so you can win right
You
here.
win here. You have a lifeline if you need it. Here we go. Second quote. My mask doesn't slip. It is me.
I'm going to go for a lifeline.
Lifeline. Who would you like?
Learn.
Learn.
Patrick Bateman.
That is Patrick Bateman. Congratulations, Gina. You're the first winner of Who's Who.
Heck yeah. What tickets would you like? Can You Feel the Punk Tonight, Point Fest, or Hailstorm?
Point Fest.
All right. Hang tight. We'll get you some Point Fest tickets. Barkley in St. Louis. Barkley.
Yeah.
What up? Let's play Who's Who.
Barkley, good luck on Who's Who. Who said it? Willie Nelson or Willy Wonka? We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
It'd be Willy Wonka.
That is correct. That is Willy Wonka.
Correct.
Nice.
Next up.
For the win.
For the win. You do have a lifeline. Time is a wonderful storyteller.
That would be Willy Wonka.
Oh. Sorry, that is Willie Nelson.
That's right.
Finally, for the win, and you do have a lifeline if you so choose to use it.
You can get it right here. You got this.
I don't think I ever grew up. I grew old, but not up.
Let's go ahead and use a lifeline, and we'll go with Lern.
Lern.
Nice.
Lern. You had King Scott, country music expert, in the room.
It's all right. And Willy Wonka expert.
And Willy Wonka.
Lern, I don't think I ever grew up. I grew old, but not up.
Show me. Well, you know, up meaning high, and Willie's high as hell. But I'm going to say it's Willie Nelson.
That is correct. For the win, Barkley. Willie Nelson.
All right, what tickets do you want?
Go Hailstorm.
Hailstorm. Hang on, we'll get you tickets to Hailstorm and Lindsey Sterling and Apocalyptica, September 23rd, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. All right, let's do one more. Justin in St. Louis, one more. This is the last one.
Good morning, Rizzuto Show.
Good morning, Justin. Here we go. Who's who?
All right. I was going to do another Willie and Willie, but let's go to this one because this one's funny to me. Werner Herzog or BoJack Horseman?
Okay, Werner Herzog, the documentarian,
famed nihilist director, saddest man on the planet. Werner Herzog, the grizzly bear, narrated Grizzly Man.
Grizzly Man.
The bear has destroyed the man's will to live. Or Will Arnett's cartoon horse, BoJack Horseman. Good luck. First quote. All right. There's nothing wrong with suffering, but nobody wants to suffer alone. There is nothing wrong with suffering, but nobody wants to suffer alone.
Herzog?
Pardon?
Herzog?
That is correct.
Nice. Nice. On the board. One more. Tickets are yours.
Sweet.
You can't keep running from the pain just because you're afraid of what it might teach you.
You can't keep running from the pain just because you're afraid of what it might teach you. Is that Werner Herzog or BoJack Horseman?
We'll switch it up and go Horseman.
You got it, brother.
Tickets are yours. What tickets would you like, Justin?
Hailstorm, and they're not for me. They're for my buddy who's getting married on Tuesday, and I'm just going to give them to them.
What a
He's
nice
getting married
guy.
on a Tuesday.
You're using a free thing as a wedding
Courthouse.
gift? Oh, that's
I love a
disastrous,
courthouse
Justin.
wedding. That's awesome.
Congratulations, Justin, Barkley, and Gina for winning Who's Who.
Who's Who?
All right, the time is 8:10. Learn, talk about traffic and weather.
I will. It's brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. If you need some extra cash, Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have a stalled vehicle, Highway 94, just before Wolfram Road. Right shoulder is closed. Your weather today, 72 with thunderstorms throughout the afternoon. Rain all weekend, which sucks. 57 is the overnight low. And right now it's 64 out there. Your point weather brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning. More reliable than your St. Louis weather.
All right, we're going to play a little bit of jam from Can You Feel the Punk tonight. We'll do a little medley from the Misfit Machine up next.
It's 105.7 The Point, Donnie Fandango, Backstage, way back Point Fest, Goldfinger, and we got everybody. How you guys doing? It's great to have you.
Woo! Thanks for having us.
Well, and welcome back to St. Louis. I know specifically people were absolutely stoked to see you guys and have you guys back here. And, you know, our buddy Moon is waving that Goldfinger flag when you guys aren't here, man.
Moon rules.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've known Moon way before Moon.
Thanks, buddy.
He's a really good man and an incredible musician, and it's an honor to have him in the band with us. Really, really incredible.
Thanks, you know, and I say this, and we're going to do this. We're going to make him feel uncomfortable. We're going to talk about him right in front of him, all right? But you have access to probably thousands of musicians. Moon, we see what Moon does with Greek Fire and things. What was it about him that wanted you know, you wanted to bring him into Goldfinger. Obviously, he can do a lot of stuff, so I would assume that. He's a good-looking dude. There's that, too.
The first conversation I think I ever had with Moon was, would you make out with Sting? And his answer was, of course, yes.
Yeah, in an instant.
Yeah.
Can I get an autograph, too?
And we both were in agreement.
Union. Now, listen, home mortgage loans, they can be complicated, but Together Credit Union knows that and knows how to make it easy for you. They are here for you for the entire process, throughout the entire process. And as your hometown home loan provider, Together Credit Union has a home loan situation or a solution for every situation, a solution for every buyer. Any type of loan, too. You can get in on the action, whether you're buying your first home, maybe you're downsizing, maybe you're sizing up, maybe you need a second mortgage. Listen, Together Credit Union is there for you. All of us in this area, they've been serving our area for 80-plus years. They got 14 area locations. And they can help you with the fixed rate, the adjustable rate, the conventional, the jumbo loans. They have it all. They even have specialty loans, FHA, construction, union member mortgages. Am I talking your language? I should be, because Together Credit Union understands that mortgage loans can be complicated, but that's not what you want. You want them to handle the entire process and make it easy and do it all in-house right here in St. Louis, and yes, that is exactly what they do. Together Credit Union has an experienced team that handles the underwriting, the servicing, and everything in between locally. They're right here. You can ask them questions. You can talk to them. Again, Together Credit Union is your hometown home loan provider. Together Credit Union. You're going to find them whether you're at your work right now or at your home or in between. Like, there's 14 of them in our area, 14 local branches. You can even check the rates online at togethercu.org. Here's to making St. Louis your home. Together Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA. Togethercu.org.
It is a very, very big day in the land of Red Hot Chili Pepper fans everywhere, and I am so unbelievably honored to be joined today by Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Flea, St. Louis is saying hello to you.
I love St. Louis, and I fondly miss the raucous nights, Mississippi nights that we used to have over there. And hello to everybody. Love to one and all.
Man, it's really great to hear your voice, but also, too, it's wonderful to have a new Red Hot Chili Peppers album that is out today, and John Frusciante back in the Chili Peppers. Flea, can you kind of talk to us a little bit about how he got back into the fold with you guys? And I know that you guys had maintained a friendship even when he wasn't in the band. Were you guys still jamming and playing together when he wasn't a Chili Pepper?
You know, we occasionally jammed, and we always were friends, and we get together and talk. And, it was difficult, too, because he left, and we got someone else to replace him who was his friend. And it's sort of like, when you break up with a girlfriend and then you start dating their friend or something, it's like being in a band with someone is a very emotional and, close experience. So it was... our relationship has always been intense. But I remember I think there's a lot of things that led up to him coming back all the way around. But I remember one particular evening, he and his girlfriend were over for dinner with me and my girlfriend, and we're having dinner, and he and I were like off in a room talking. And I remember I just kind of felt like I never really touched on it, even though I would think it. And I said, John, I sometimes I really miss playing with you, man.
Yeah.
And I said it. I couldn't help it. I just burst into tears. It was so emotional for me to say it. And he looked at me, and I saw him do the same thing. Like, we're both looking at each other, and he was like, me too, And in that moment, I was just like, oh, man. I was just like going to Anthony like a few days later, and I was like, I think John would come back, And just kind of opened that conversation, and one thing led to another, and next thing you know, we made that decision.
Wow.
All together. And it was very difficult to part ways with Josh, who's a beautiful person and a great musician, but it was the right thing to do for us, because sometimes I think there's things, people are just born to do certain things. And John Frusciante was born to play guitar in the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and man, That dude is such a profoundly beautiful, deep musician, and I treasure every moment we play together.
It's really wonderful to have you. You know, Flea, I can just legitimately tell that your homeboy is back in the band and you're just doing things that you love. And it's wonderful to me. And as a matter of fact, I read a quote from Rick Rubin where he said, when you guys got back into the studio with John, and I think you were at Shangri-La, which is Rick Rubin Studios, that you guys started to jam and Rick became emotional just seeing you guys doing it, kind of saying the same thing that you're saying, like these guys were born to be in a band together.
Yeah, and I think there's things that you just can't control, you know? Like sometimes you got to surrender to the gods and let it flow. And
Plastic surgery. Now, I truly endorse Parkrest because their whole mission is to help you achieve your cosmetic goals, and they're all about natural-looking results, whether you're talking to their surgeons, nurse injectors. Everyone's focused on giving you the best care with the least invasive techniques possible. If there's a way to get you results without surgery, that's what they will recommend. What I love is that Parkrest doesn't do cookie-cutter treatments. Everything is tailored to you, so you walk out looking and feeling like yourself, just your absolute best. They offer everything: fat reduction, cool sculpting elite, smart lipo, traditional liposuction, and even Avelli, one of the only FDA-approved cellulite treatments out there. Want to fight aging? Their nurse injectors are pros with neurotoxins and fillers, helping you look fresher longer. And don't forget their full-service aesthetic center: laser hair removal, hydrofacials, permanent makeup, even Morpheus microneedling. Dr. McGuire, Dr. Kaplan are renowned in their field, and people travel from all over the world for their expertise. I've seen firsthand how Parkrest helps people find their confidence, and I'm proud to recommend them. Check them out at parkrestplasticsurgery.com. That's parkrestplasticsurgery.com, and see the difference for yourself.
There's a big tour, big show coming to St. Louis, April the 1st over at the Chaffetz Arena. And I am very stoked for the very first time to be chatting with Co Wetzel. Co, you'll be at Chaffetz. It is the Road to El Paso Tour Part 1. And we're playing the song Creeps. And it's really nice to meet you, Co.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having us on. Thank you for jamming the music, dude.
Now, no problem at all. And we got a lot to get to here. But I, as somebody that's kind of new to you and what you do, what was the first music in your life that caught your ear, that made you, that started to like kind of lay the foundation for you being a very passionate music fan?
I would probably have to say Nirvana. I grew up on all kinds of music, and then I found out who Nirvana was in the 8th grade or 7th or 8th grade, and I don't know, man. They kind of grabbed me. Kurt's voice and the way that they put all
right. We are live. We got a full house. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people.
It's funny.
In the studio.
Yeah, what's funny is we have a lot of people in the studio and we're still missing one. We're missing a bass player.
He texted. He's around. He's at City Place. He's somewhere.
I would like to comment briefly on this before I get out of the way. Just did a podcast with Hazard to Your Booty 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Pat was late, their bass player. I'm told bass player time is a real thing, where bass players they're so used to keeping time that they have no bandwidth for actual clocks. And it's so funny that your bass player is late. I just wanted to point that out, and then I'll move on to the next.
He is proving the
he's the new guy.
The myth.
Pookie's the new guy and he's late?
Yeah. He is, yeah.
Oh, no.
But you know what? I'll tell you what. There's nothing like a throw and go. Like, this is what we call like festival play, right? It's throw and go. You never know. And finally the band ends, and then you got to run up and throw your stuff on there and play. Yeah. We'll just do a throw and go. But before we do that, I'll do some food news. How's that? How's that, guys?
Who doesn't love food?
News.
We got the horn players here. Will on keys. We got Charlie. We got Mike. And we got Aaron. Aaron even brought his kiddo. What's up, dude? You off school today? No, you're not?
Oh,
your dad is the coolest dude on earth, right? He's like, hey, I'm going to the radio station. I'm going to the coolest station on earth. You want to come? You want to skip school? And then you're just like, sure. What school do you go to? Riverbend? Yeah. Awesome. Riverbend, you're not as cool as us. Period. Well, thank you guys for all being here. So I'll teach you about some food news. Check this out. A chef posted a video where he shares his favorite cooking hacks from a lifetime in the restaurant industry. This video has over 13 million views. You a YouTuber? You watching YouTube all the time? No? Dad said no. Dad lets
This
you
is
skip
an
school
anti-YouTube family.
and
Right
do
on.
rock and roll, but no YouTube. I like this. I like this. All right, here's some of the best tips. If you wash your produce with vinegar, it actually lasts longer. He says it's the best mix is 3 parts water, 1 part vinegar, and then let them sit for a couple minutes. So like that's the way to make your produce last longer. Before adding fresh herbs to a dish, give them a strong squeeze beforehand. This bruising actually releases twice as much flavor. Who knew that?
Yeah.
Use a potato masher to break up all the big chunks of your ground beef, and it works a lot better than a spoon or a fork.
That makes sense.
Man,
Wow.
This is all like obvious stuff, I bet you, to chefs or any restaurant workers, anybody that's been in the industry, but I haven't. Much like Salt Bae, you need to add seasoning from high above. This provides an even seasoning to the largest surface area of meat. So that's the thing where you do it on the elbow. Is that silly thing? So cute. Put your soft cheeses like mozzarella, or how do you say it?
Parmesan?
No, how do you say mozzarella?
Mozzarella?
Yeah. And or Gouda in the freezer for about 15 to 30 minutes before grating them. Voila, easy cheese crumbles. That's hey, we got a bass player. Hey, everybody clap.
Triggered.
Oh. All right. We've got a bass player.
Welcome to the show.
Yo, the only outlet's up here, so you have to plug in. We're live. We're learning about food.
He's like, I've never been here before.
If you want to make fluffier biscuits, use bigger chunks of butter.
That's what I always say.
If you make soup and it's too watery, throw some breadcrumbs in there. It'll help thicken it up.
Huge.
Oh, you do this at home, Mr. Convey?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
The breadcrumb thing?
Yeah.
Put them in everything.
Panko?
Smoothies?
Smoothies?
Yeah.
Really?
Goes a long way.
I have a little bit of information about oysters.
Go on.
Because Food and Wine, I guess, and it's a big publication, Food and Wine. They did a big story on a new food mashup that you may not want to try.
Okay.
The word is fun to say. It's smoister.
I know what this is.
You've tried one of these?
I've not, but I've seen that. I love oysters and I love s'mores, and they have combined the two.
Yeah. A seafood place in Charleston, South Carolina is selling a new dessert called smoisters. It's a mashup of oysters and s'mores.
Young man, would you try that? Have you ever tried an oyster?
He thinks
Dad?
he has. No YouTube.
I don't know. You have to
no
slurp
school.
out of a shell. Do you remember doing that ever?
Yes, on oysters.
Oh.
An oyster on a half shell topped with Hershey's chocolate, crumbled graham crackers, and a tiny marshmallow. They torched the marshmallow to brown the top. The restaurant is called Fleet Landing, and the manager says he was trying to come up with something different and realized that nobody was doing dessert oysters. And his first idea was Girl Scout cookies.
Right.
Thin mint oyster. And he says it was okay, didn't go over too well with the restaurant goers. And then smoisters. Nailed it.
Smoisters.
He came up with the name before the recipe, right? Like
You
the
would
name
hope.
is cooler than how
would be a
disgusting
smoister?
that thing must
That's
taste.
how things happen. That's what happened with you and me with Punk Rock Christmas.
Oh yeah, we're like, this name is cool. What do we do?
Yeah, Tim came to me in the hallway. He's like, I got this idea. Let's do this thing. It's like Punk Rock Christmas. Imagine it. And then we announced the show, and then we figured it out.
And then you figured it out.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that everyone is here now?
Everybody's here. Let's do this.
All right, so Misfit Machine in the house. There's 1 million people in here. The shows are this weekend.
Yes.
Saturday, 2 shows on Saturday, a 3 p.m. matinee and an 8 p.m. show. Tickets are available for both as of right now, but you're going to want to grab those things.
By the way, this is Tim Convey.
Yeah, this is Tim Convey from
comedian,
the Courtney Show, comedian,
singer,
Ludo. My God, what else?
Writer. You wrote that song that was on Nikki Glazer's big special.
Oh, yeah,
Did you win an Emmy or a Grammy or something?
Lead singer of the Smoisters. It feels good.
I can see you doing that.
Pookie's here. Pookie, our bass player. We got Chris over here on the guitar, Will over here, and Johnny Venus is in the corner. We tend to forget about him. He's over in his Buzz Lightyear shirt. Yeah, but this show is super fun. So we threw this medley together last year to do this, and we'll be doing it on the news later today and on the Courtney Show here in just a minute.
I'm turning every microphone on.
Yeah, turn them all on, turn them all up. Like we got acoustics, we got electrics, we got horns blasting behind us. It's going to be great. I'm going to take these headphones off. And you're the mixer. If this sounds bad, it's Lern's fault.
It's all my fault if it sounds bad.
I think we're in good hands. I feel good.
Let's see. Wait, 1, 2. Wait, you're on mic 3 and Convey's on mic 4.
We're on all the mics because we're using everything. We got to point it towards amps.
All right, I'll just try and make it happen.
Ready? Johnny, that's your cue to start. You let us know. We can't see you over there, but go ahead. Is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars late
never seen a king of beasts with quite so little hair.
I'm gonna be the main event, like no king was before. I'm brushing up on looking down and working on my roar.
Thus far, rather uninspiring thing.
Oh, I just can't wait to begin.
Is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things around you. What more is you looking for? Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wet. So take it from me. Up on the shore they work all day. Out in the sun they slip away. While we be floating, full time to floating under the sea.
Little George Thorogood.
Okay, I see what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. You don't even know how you feel. It's adorable. Well, it's nice to see that humans never change. Open your eyes and let's begin. Yes, it's really me, it's Maui, breathe it in. I know it's a lot, the hair, the bod. When you're staring at a demigod.
What can I say except to welcome
For the tides, the sun, and the sky.
Hey, it's okay, you're welcome.
I'm just an ordinary demigod.
You're welcome,
And thank you.
you're welcome, you're welcome. Hey, thanks guys.
You guys are so good.
So yeah, it is a full-blown extravaganza. We're even missing band members today, so it is a huge production with the 501st, which is the whole Star Wars faction that's from here.
Full-blown, genuine Star Wars costumes. It might even be the real guys. I'm not sure. I'm too intimidated when they come by. They're there, hanging out, taking pictures. It's awesome.
Yeah, we got characters, princesses, all that kind of stuff for pictures. It is such a fun show to bring your kids to, or the kid inside of you and sing along with everything. And we cover a lot. We go back to even like 50s and 60s Disney, all the way up to the modern stuff.
The old stuff. I'll also say this. If you go to Johnny Brock's at all this weekend, the store is half empty because we've taken almost everything from there at Johnny Brock's Dungeon. Certainly you're not going to find any Disney stuff because we've got it all.
Well, and everybody wanted to know, like, are the kids dressing up? Is it cool to bring
Yes.
kids in costume? Can the adults come in costume?
Everybody come in
Encouraging.
costume. Have fun. In fact, there might be a little time during the set where we're kind of wandering about, maybe throwing out some free T-shirts to those that are best costumed.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah. Or you get hired. Maybe you get hired for
And
the
then
next
you're
one.
back next year.
Yeah.
Touring with the band.
Yeah. Come to Chicago.
Are the
That's
roadies
fun.
dressed as characters as well behind the scenes?
Yeah, you know,
Or what's up with
there's
that?
a lot of bands that have like rules where like, their crew has to have like, black button downs or Hawaiian shirts. I think NoFX, they got to have Hawaiian shirts and all that. We are going to instill a rule that you have to be fully charactered or at least eared.
Princess Jasmine's helping to bring the mics to the stage.
Jasmine is, fixing the drum riser and all that kind of stuff. So
And for crew this year, we tried to get the Seven Dwarfs. They've been so busy since the movie came out
Yes.
and all that, so too expensive. So it is just going to be guys in ears, but they do the whistle while they work thing. They're the whole time they do.
And
it,
they work
it's
so
good.
hard.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. And Dopey's like, he's obnoxious to have there, but like you
Right.
can't have 6 dwarves.
Thank you for running the board, Learn.
Yeah, no, I think
appreciate
it sounded good. I haven't seen what the chat says. They're
I'm
obviously
sure
the judges. So
They are definitely the judges and the executioners. Well, thank you. Let's we'll go to break. We're going to run down and do the Courtney show here in just a minute. But we will do we'll do news next. How's that?
That sounds really good, Moon.
Tight. Do you need your you got your traffic and weather
I got
over
it
there?
all. I'm ready to go.
Sweet.
I'm
All
doing
right.
it all. Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. They can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We got a stalled vehicle, Highway at 94, eastbound just before Wolfram Road. The right shoulder is closed. Weather today, 72, storms throughout the afternoon. 57 is the overnight low. We're going to unfortunately have rain tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Much cooler in the daytime, so that's kind of nice for spring, but it's going to be raining on you. Next week's going to be awesome, though. It's currently 65 degrees, and your point weather is brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your St. Louis weather.
All right, it's 105.7 The Point, everything alternative. We are backstage. Big summer show happening. And look, it's my friends, Josh and Tyler from 21 Pilots.
Well, hey.
What's up, dudes?
What's up?
I wonder at how many more times that I interview you guys that we just turn the tables and you interview me. You know what I mean? Because this is literally like 4 or 5 times that we have spoken to each other. I just don't want you getting tired of me.
Actually, would you rather get attacked by 100 chicken-sized horses or 1 horse-sized chicken?
Oh, man, I think all the little horse-sized chickens. Wait.
All the little horses. It'd be like
Time now. Now find out for yourself how you could train for a new IT career in as little as 4 months with St. Louis's leading IT training company. 4 months, not 4 years. Centric is the longest-running, most experienced entry-level tech training program in the country. And their programs train you on the most current technologies employers are using because, unlike the 4-year schools, they could quickly adapt the curriculum to match changes in the job market. That's the whole thing. They want to get you a job. They know your goal is to get a great IT job, and that's why job search assistance is a huge part of the program. So in addition to the tech training, they know there are other skills that need to be developed to help you find that right job. Centric's career services team provides you with seminars and workshops and other services throughout your training that prepare you for that new job, and they will help you land that new IT job. Over 1,700 companies have hired Centric grads. Go to centric.com/Riz, centric.com/Riz, and get started today.
All right, so here we are, way back Point Fest, the first interview of the day. It's Real Big Fish, everybody. Gentlemen, how are you? It's great to see you. Great to see you.
Fantastic.
Hello.
Oh.
Hey.
Thank you. No, don't stop. No, more, please. More.
It's really great to have you guys back. We have, over the years, done so many different things, so many shows. Yeah. I did legitimately the worst stage intro I've ever done in my life at a Real Big Fish show and Mississippi Nights through no fault of your own. I came up on stage too late. Your cue music that night was Billie Jean from Michael Jackson. I'll never forget. And I'm getting up there and I'm doing my spiel. And Aaron, you came up behind me and were like, "Are you done yet, Donnie? Are you done? Are you done with the intro?" Yes, I am. Thank you. And then you guys went out and rocked it. But it's really great to have you here, man. Thank you guys for coming out. No, it was not your fault. No. Somebody probably told me wrong. But do you remember any of those, older shows here? Because we've had you at the amphitheater. Mississippi Nights. All over the place.
I was just telling you guys a story about first time I tried really hot sauce. I wasn't into it back in the old days. But the singer of Smash Mouth at one of these festivals gave me Dave's Insanity sauce or something, and I was like...
And that was here?
That was here. My first time trying hot sauce.
I don't even remember.
Excited?
I don't even remember you guys being... I don't remember you guys being here with Smash Mouth. Even.
Maybe it was somewhere in Florida.
I think it was Blues Traveler.
All right.
Yeah, it could have been. Who knows?
Maybe it was the Spin Doctors that gave me...
You know what? I will still...
No, it was Gigi Ta.
Wow. We are going
That's
deep into the 90s
reference of the 90s.
I only know the Whoever You Are song. I have nothing else going on with Gigi Ta, even remotely.
Marcy Playground. Would that have been funnier?
Sex and Candy, St. Joe and the School Bus.
There you go.
Yeah, I could do the single game all day. All day. So, one of the things...
Who sang that song? If You See K. And if you see K.
What song is it?
You die. I don't know. It's a 90s song.
Okay. 90s.
You said you know about the 90s.
Well, I think I know a lot about the 90s, but I don't know necessarily everything.
Okay.
He does.
I really,
All right.
I really thought that we were going good places when the interview started. Now I'm questioning whether
The interview started?
never a good
boy.
sign.
I was going to tell a great story about hot sauce, but I blew it.
Yep.
No, I mean, it was a good story, unless it was from Florida, and then maybe it lost a little bit of its thunder.
And hot sauce. I had so much to work with. Smash Mouth,
Hot sauce.
There is a lot.
Cats.
I was going to ask
Blew
you
it.
about how this band always has like the greatest horn section of all time, but now it does it. Yeah.
Yeah. I was.
Yep,
I'm
you're right.
Uh,
wondering that too.
But
Chicago can suck it.
Yeah.
The band, not the city. The band.
I bought my dad a Chicago box set for his birthday a few years ago. He still.
He was like,
talks
I already
about it.
got all these.
No,
Shut
no,
up.
it was like a 6-discer, man. It was the most old school Chicago that you could ever want. And
Nice.
He, cherishes it.
It's all the
That's
transit
great.
authority
That's
stuff.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never. That has been a band like my dad taught me so much about music, but that was one of those bands that when he put it on, I'd be like, oh no, this is not for me. But I think I'm wrong.
This
I mean,
is
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band
old
and everything
people
else.
Well, so you're like more of the Peter Cetera era, the power ballad.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something that there's nothing wrong with a good power ballad
Good
from time
band
to
name,
time.
Peter
and
Cetera
the Peter
era.
Cetera song in Karate Kid 2 is pretty freaking great.
It definitely is.
I mean, it really is a pinnacle part of that movie as well.
Can
So
you sing a little bit of it for us?
I am a man who will fight for your honor. I cannot believe I'm doing this.
That's
I
a
cannot
newfound.
believe that we're
That's a
taking-
newfound glory song.
Pretty much the same band.
Screen to stage album. Right? Whatever it's called.
One of the coolest things I have found out this year is Mid-America. Mid-America St. Louis Airport. Mid-America St. Louis Airport. Okay, I'll tell you the negative first. It's a couple extra minutes of a drive into Illinois. And then all the positives cover that up because those minutes you will get back immediately. Before you even get to the gate, your minutes are back in your pocket. Okay, so technically you're saving time. You are saving money. We are talking about incredible, affordable flights from here. Direct flights from St. Louis, Mid-America St. Louis Airport, all the way down to Florida. Yes, Fort Lauderdale, Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Punta Gorda. How about a flight to Knoxville? How about a flight to Myrtle Beach, Savannah, Las Vegas, and a Gulf Shores, Alabama direct flight? Yes, the Riviera, the Azores of St. Louis, Gulf Shores. A new route, and it starts in I think 2 weeks is the first flight from Mid-America St. Louis Airport to Gulf Shores, Alabama. Affordable flight, so you can take the family down there and not have to rent a van and spend all those hours, on those terrible highways. This is amazing. It's so convenient. Plus, everybody in Mid-America St. Louis Airport is going on vacation somewhere, so you are surrounded by happy people, smiling people. And there's no baggage fees for veterans. How incredible is that? Super cool concessions, little shop, drinks, all of it. Mid-America St. Louis Airport. This is your gateway to easy, efficient travel. Book that next trip today at flymidamerica.com.
What's going on? It's Liv, and I'm in the Four Brothers Mead tent, joined by a few of the members of Papa Roach. How's it going, guys?
I'm great. I'm great. Good to be here. Point Fest again.
Yes, and I know
We're doing it.
you're a Point Fest veteran. This is my first one.
Oh, really?
And the guys were telling me, he's like, you know what? Jacoby one time came over here, took his pants off into the whole interview in his underwear.
Damn, I don't
So
even
you are a
remember that.
bit overdressed.
Damn. It's part of my.
Are we going to roll the clip?
Dude, I gotta see this.
We are back. I am behind the board. It's always fun to swap spaces over here because I've hosted my own show on Keishi for a long time.
Sure.
But the way that each person that runs a board, it's different.
Yeah, it's a different car altogether.
Like jargon that nobody's going to understand, a hotkey. Like whenever we hit anything, maybe
that would fall under the category of creepy.
That's a hotkey. My hotkeys at Keishi are all color-coded because, of course, they are. And Riz's are the smallest font, all blue, no differentiation at all.
Yeah, man.
And it looks like...
How are yours color-coded?
You can just change the colors. And you can change the font size.
What's the...
No, he's saying, what are the patterns?
Oh, for instance, a music bed would be in red, or a drop would be in pink, or...
Okay.
If I wanted to have a weird thing like
Triggered.
that, it would be in green.
That's cute and smart.
It's very smart. Because when I look at this, I'm going, holy crow, I don't know what I'm looking at. It's like reading
No, you have
Braille.
You have to memorize it. You have to memorize that, and then there's that, and then there's a machine with like 7,000.
It's also why you always see Riz over there going like this.
Yeah.
Swiping and looking disheveled and then hitting the wrong one.
Right.
No, it is. It is
incredible.
It is a ton of fun. Thank you for taking over. I'm just sitting here with my phone open, waiting for them to say that the band is set up over there.
Well, let's talk about something then, because something that was in the stack that I wanted to bring up before we get to news is something about AI. And I promote all the time that I am analog, that I'm old school. I don't really get down with the AI. I'm going to fall behind and be left. But this headline is interesting, and Moon, you pulled this story out. So AI news: people are using ChatGPT instead of their lawyers. People who aren't legal experts are more willing to rely on legal advice provided by ChatGPT than actual real lawyers, at least when they don't know which of the two provided the advice. So these people are going in blind and being tested from what a lawyer would say versus what ChatGPT works up to say. And they're choosing the guidance of ChatGPT more so than a human lawyer.
Ooh, that's frightening.
I saw a video of a guy that actually went into court.
What do you mean?
With ChatGPT. He represented
representing
himself and had it open, and the judge halfway through goes, "What are you doing on your computer?
Right.
What you said doesn't make sense." And he was just like, "I object on the grounds of," I don't remember what he said, but it was just like a made-up term.
Right.
Because ChatGPT is not as reliable as everyone thinks it is about, like, sometimes facts. It doesn't fact-check a lot of stuff.
That's weird. Did it go well?
No, the judge
He's in jail now.
The judge literally, like, closed the whole thing down and goes, "Go get a lawyer. We're suspending this. I can't believe you're stupid enough to come in here and try to let AI be your lawyer."
It's so funny that you said that, because the very first local news story today is perfectly aligned with this. Perfectly aligned. In fact, he probably would have done better had he had ChatGPT.
Do you want me to get into that now?
Well, that's up to you, man. But what a perfect segue, because I think not just with the lawyer thing, but like the ChatGPT thing and AI is giving a lot of people some false confidence.
Absolutely,
like not understanding that, like, yo, this is a tool and you need to fact check it and you got to check this stuff out a little bit.
Aren't we still in like the beta version of the AI where it is not necessarily as refined and perfect as it needs to be?
Yeah.
And people are diving headfirst into just going, "I trust it."
Well, it's learning
neither are
from
lawyers.
us too, which is they said it's already getting dumber because it keeps people's misinformation keeps informing it.
And on this one, I wanted to show you guys when he went. A 74-year-old man used a lawyer. It was like an AI generated lawyer.
Oh my
So
gosh!
he was on the screen
With a person?
Oh my
it was like an AI, and he's like, "Hello, distinguished panel of judges and jury," and it was like, it took the judge a minute to catch on, and was like, "Is this isn't a
fake."
real person?"
Right.
It was an AI-generated lawyer, so don't do that.
Well, what Moon is talking about, this 36-year-old Arthur Richardson was convicted yesterday of first-degree murder and multiple other charges for the fatal drive-by shooting of his neighbor. So 26-year-old Anthony Kent in South St. Louis. Representing himself in a trial, Richardson denied involvement, but jurors were swayed by eyewitness testimony, surveillance footage, and a police interview detailing a feud between the two men.
Never a good idea.
Which is
Representing
wild.
yourself.
Yeah.
Every time you see that, it's always like, man represents himself, semicolon. Bad things.
Bad thing, because now he's going to have life in prison without parole, plus additional life sentences and 35 years for related charges after turning down a plea deal for just 20 years.
Oh, man, I wouldn't represent myself on a rolled stop sign.
Well, as hypochondriac as I am, like, yes, I will go to a WebMD and look at my symptoms and see, like, maybe this is it. But I always go to my actual real human doctor rather than going to, like, a ChatGPT doctor to tell me what to do. And I just feel like it's still too early for that. And people are already, like, leaning completely in on stuff.
The whole do your research thing, everybody just takes it so far. And, like, do your research. Yeah, you should be doing your research. But it doesn't make you the authority on what you just researched. So it's like, okay, do your WebMD thing and all that kind of stuff. But the ultimate authority is the person that has earned the authority. And that's your doctor. After you double check, because I do this too, man, Lern. I don't know if you've rubbed off on me in the wrong way. You get these, hi, you've got a new message on my chart. It's your blood panel. And then you read it and you go, oh my God, this isn't even WebMD. This is my blood. And you read it and you go, this is disastrous. I'm 0.03 points over what it says I'm supposed to be for my age. And you start just dooming.
Oh, yeah.
Doom. And then at the bottom, it says, doctor's notes. Everything's normal.
Everything's fine.
And I go, But what do you mean everything's normal? I just saw that these 3 things are not normal. My triglycerides are not normal. The low HCl or I don't remember the letters, but I was like, but I'm just out of the zone for this. That's not normal. And then I had to learn it, and I send a message to the doctor and say, "You sure, man? I saw that you said this is okay, but are you sure this is okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude.
Everything's fine.
You've been running hot on this number since you were a kid, so this is in your family."
I appreciate that bedside manner of a doctor that's not going to send you into the outer space of
He's the coolest.
confusion
He's like,
fear.
"Listen, man, I care about you, dude. If there's a problem, you're going to hear it immediately."
Right.
And
I just don't want like jobs going away. Like I was reading this week that down in Texas, there's a part of the highway that we will have driverless semi trucks with no person. They have that now, but they have somebody in the cab with the driverless trucks. And they're doing away with the person, the human being that is in the trucks that are going to be driving on this strip of a highway down in Texas. And it's that's jobs that are going away from actual truckers who rely on those
and
big
the big truck
jobs.
stops.
Yes, and I mean, yeah, like how do those trucks? I guess if they're
how do they refuel?
How do they refuel?
Man, that's a
Well, they're
question
electric,
I have not
right?
answered yet.
Is it like our RoboVax at home where you hit the home button and it tries to find your
Well, it's going to be
base?
the electric,
Probably.
and it's going to be very. They're going to have to really plan the shipping out because there's no longer a quick little fill up. Like, I mean, trucks already take a long time.
Well, hang on though. How have the Waymos refueled? Are those all electric?
Yeah.
So Waymo is
don't
the
know.
only one that's been doing the autonomous
Saw a
driving.
bunch in Austin, and it was freaking me out.
Yeah, but they're amazing.
Ghost driving.
Everyone
They
that
are,
does it
but I
says-
mean, I was standing on a curb and like watched this car with no driver in it. It just felt very like horror sci-fi.
Yeah, dude.
It's that uncanny valley thing. I'm not used to it yet.
Right.
Another Demolition Man
There's
reference.
just a
but-
car driving past me with no one in it, and so it's just like on a busy street on 6th and Congress in
'Cause we're
downtown Austin. It was
We're on
crazy.
horses right now, and we just saw a car roll into town, and it's terrifying.
They also made the first porno in the back of a Waymo.
Oh, they did?
And I was like,
No
that's
way.
You
very...
saw it? You
I
watched?
saw that it came out. I saw like an article.
Sure.
about
You
it.
didn't click on.
He's winking with both
I
eyes.
saw an article about it, and I wasn't in it.
Oh, no.
It's just a coincidence that I went to Austin, saw one, and now they made a porno. In
I know.
it.
Why were you down there? You weren't on the list for Moon Tower.
Well, I was. I'm bringing mooning back. I made my
saw-
own moon tower. I was mooning people in a Waymo.
I saw Ben Franco got an adult credit recently.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
Franklin's
That
back,
hurts.
baby.
News is brought to you by.
News is brought to you by Schicker Auto Group, your headquarters for American-made Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles. Shop local. Visit shopschicker.com.
I do just want to say on the Waymo porno, it's a dystopian peek into the future when we've automated the driving process so we can make pornographic movies in the back of the car that's being
Our
driven by a
priorities are in
robot.
line, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm like, well, we're there.
We're
We've
done
done it.
Way more views if we do it.
We've
Where
done
technology
it.
goes.
What does he say in Idiocracy when he walks in on him?
Go away, baiting.
Baiting.
I'm
Yeah, I was like, drive.
Oh my God.
We humping.
Listen, where technology goes, pornography follows. If not, leads the way.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
You may keep going over here? Is that what you'd like? Are you headed over to Courtney?
Yeah, Courtney just texted me and said about 6 minutes. Oh, God, does no one run on time here?
No. This is the radio
Are we the
station.
most perfect show you've ever heard
Yeah,
in your
we're never
entire life?
on time.
I mean,
Well, let's keep going. So another local story here. Missouri lawmakers are advancing a bill that would require public schools to offer extracurricular activities like sports, band, and theater to homeschooled students. I have a lot of friends who homeschool their kids. The measure is backed by Senator Ben Brown, approved by the House 91-53, and now returns to the Senate for final votes and is appearing to poise over to Governor Keogh's desk. So supporters argue that homeschool families pay taxes that fund these programs, and they deserve access for their homeschooled kids to, be able to be part of a band that might be at a local school, while opponents raise concerns over educational standards and fairness, suggesting that homeschooled students should at least take one class to participate. And this is an interesting fact. So Missouri has around 61,000 homeschooled students, or about 6% of the state's school-age population.
that's huge. I think the people that are arguing it, and I'm not trying to insult anybody or whatever, because I'm new to this whole homeschool parenting thing. There's not really many arguments. We're paying our taxes. We're doing all that kind of stuff.
It's
And
fair ball game, baby.
this kid, if they're going to get cut from the team, they're going to get cut from the team. So don't you want your teams to be better and all that kind of stuff? And this is a kid that's in the neighborhood, most likely has friend groups there, maybe even went to that district or, went to the schools, the public schools. Maybe 2020 was the turning point and things got weird and they kind of stuck with homeschooling. Who knows what the reason may be? Maybe that kid was falling in with the wrong crowd. Maybe that kid was just having some real developmental issues or something. They're still taking classes. They're still paying taxes. And they still have friend groups there. Why would you be opposed to letting these kids?
Because that means that a kid that's actually at that school, the placeholder for that child is now being taken by a homeschool
Yeah,
kid.
but if this homeschool kid went to that school, it's the same thing. He's still going to lose his opportunity.
Yeah,
so
if
he
it's all
doesn't
based
get
on merit, and it's like, hey, you get, instead of the kid who's playing tuba for the actual school versus the kid who's playing the tuba at home, whoever's the best gets that seat for tuba in the band, right?
And most of these, I got multiple kids in high school, and most of these opportunities are there. It's depending on the sport, depending on the district, how large it is, and how much they have for coaching. There's a lot of these no-cut squads. I mean, kids are playing, and they're allowing a lot of these freshman squads and these C squads to have kids that may even be trying out the sport for the first time to have a developmental year. So it's not like it's people are fighting tooth and nail to get these spots, and here comes some Johnny homeschooler star striker taking all this spot and kicking these kids off school. Like, let's lighten up a little bit, Francis, and maybe just try to be inclusive here. And I don't think that they're going to have. I don't think the big voice is the dissenting voice.
Well, I was to say, in Springfield, they have a lot of, the private schools always have the absolute elite best players because they recruit the best kids from the area. So, I mean, it's just giving everybody, I don't know, it's the same exact thing. The best kids are going to go somewhere eventually, and you just have competition. It's a bummer. But there's talented people, way more talented than you, that's going to be out there.
You'll be able to spot the homies when they come in with their snacks,
They do
This
a better
is honey I made in my own beehives.
They're just like, okay,
That's awesome.
Okay, that's cool, Tyler. But we were hoping for some Bobos, some Uncrustables.
Uncrustables and
Mom
chili
does
cause
only have
cancer.
those.
They cause cancer.
Dude, my kid has
That
to
kid
bring.
doesn't have any growths.
My son has a tournament.
We
this week.
eat cereal with a fork.
We got signed up to bring the snacks, and I guess last time it was like Chick-fil-A, and somebody brought something else, and my wife goes, yeah, well, we got this. I'll send him with oranges and granola and all this stuff. And I was like, oh God, we're
going to be the
we're gonna make
nerds of
this
the
boy.
school.
Yeah.
Mel,
what are you doing?
guys?
I brought everyone their own ginger root.
Chew on this.
Does anybody want some matcha?
You guys probably can't tell. I made my own clothes.
I guess it was. He's clearly a homie.
My kid is not a homeschooler. Not this one. Not this one.
Speaking of kids, a prank involving fart spray caused chaos at the McKinley School Carnival in Fairfield, Connecticut. A group of youths used the spray near the carnival's exit, leading to confusion and panic among attendees. Small groups screamed and ran, and later, a larger reaction caused more people to flee without knowing the cause. Fairfield police present at the event clarified that there were no weapons, physical altercations, no injuries, and that the incident was just a prank and everybody needs to lighten the hell up. It's freaking fart spray. What are we talking about with this?
What was
Would
so
you
scary
panic?
about that?
It stinks.
I mean, it stinks, and that's a given.
I tried to get it in the number 2 show studios. I was going to use it for a game. Like, if you got a question wrong, I was going to spray it through the glory hole, and it stunk so bad, dude. I stunk up that whole side of the room. I didn't even tell anyone. We just stunk that whole side of the office up one day, and I was like, I got to leave before somebody tracks this back to me.
Geez.
Oh, man.
So it is strong, but
Does it linger like as much of as a skunk does?
I mean, it's very.
Is it skunky?
Really?
It's thick. The aroma is thick.
The aroma is thick.
It's like when your dad gets out of the bathroom.
Oh,
it lingers for a moment.
Well, my dad's dead, so thanks for bringing that
Well,
up.
yeah, that's okay.
even worse. No,
He's up
is this
hanging out
good?
with Ben Franklin.
Yeah. Is this good crowd control spray? Maybe they start dropping
Yeah, why
on
can't we-
angry mobs and.
That's not a bad idea,
Yeah.
Scott. Instead of macing the hell out of people
Yeah.
with pepper spray, we could fart spray people and have them
Get the fart
disperse.
cannons out.
But yeah, people need to chill.
A kangaroo named Sheila caused a 2-car crash, not because she's so sexy, because I know the name Sheila immediately makes people think of
It is a
sex.
sexy name.
Aunt Sheila.
Not a lot of Sheilas out there right
There's
now.
really
Let's
not.
bring that back.
There's no baby Sheilas either, you know?
And
Just like there's no
Sheila's
baby
hot.
Gary.
By the way, my Aunt Sheila sent me an awesome birthday message. And
She did?
And it closed with have a happy birthday, Scotty Elizabeth. I just love it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, this kangaroo named Sheila caused a 2-car crash on Interstate 85 down in Alabama after escaping from her enclosure. So the incident occurred around 11:50 a.m. on Tuesday, prompting authorities to shut down the highway in both directions for safety. Sheila's owner, whose name is Patrick Starr, who operates a local petting zoo, was eventually tranquilized and safely retrieved without any injuries to Sheila or anybody else. So she was treated at Auburn University and is now back home in good health. But it sounded like Sheila is just trying to get the hell away from Patrick Starr, which Patrick Starr sounds like porn.
Great names,
a porn
man.
guy, right? Like porn star Patrick Starr.
Oh, yeah, Pat Starr.
And she's probably sick of having to watch what's going on at that house. In other news, a 27-year-old Chinese student was rescued twice in 4 days from Japan's Mount Fuji after suffering from altitude sickness both times. So first time get up there, obviously lugs can't handle it, getting ready to pass out, needs to be rescued. That was the first airlift. That occurred on April 22nd when this guy called emergency services after showing symptoms, and his climbing gear was damaged near the summit. So then, 4 days later, he returned off-season to retrieve his belongings, only to fall ill again and require another rescue. So Mount Fuji's trails are only officially open July through early September, and while off-season climbing isn't penalized, the double rescue sparked a lot of backlash online, with many calling for the student to be charged, and authorities reiterated warnings against out-of-season climbs due to the harsh conditions and closed medical facilities. How many people do you think climbed Mount Fuji last summer? If you had to put a number on it.
It's one of the most famous mountains on the planet.
Because it's crazy.
But it's a big boy. It's not just your average mountain.
Curious if there's permits, like when you do Half Dome at Yosemite, they only do so many a day.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to say it's a lot. Where's it at? Japan?
Yeah. I mean, it's in the heart of Japan. I mean, you got Osaka on one end, Tokyo on the other.
I'll say 25,000.
25,000. King, what do you think?
I was thinking maybe.
Million?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, wow.
But you're right. There's probably limits to it. So I'm going to say 500,000.
Okay. You are too high. You are too low.
Oh, dang it.
220,000 people last summer climbed Mount Fuji.
Yeah, it is.
That's a ton of people.
It's a lot.
Rafe Tina went to Hawaii last year. Had a great time.
We did.
And a couple traveled all the way to Hawaii for a destination wedding, only to find out that they weren't invited to the ceremony or the reception. So a woman took to Reddit to share how her husband, a 10-year-old friend of the groom, had even attended the bachelor party days earlier, assuming that they were fully included in everything that was going on. And the shocking truth, they were only invited to the side events and not the wedding itself due to an unexpected family RSVP filling up the venue. So you pay to go to Hawaii. It's expensive.
Very.
It's a long flight. It's very exclusive. It's a once in a lifetime, if you're lucky to go again, type of trip. So the groom claimed that the info was clear on the wedding website, but the couple says that it wasn't obvious, and Reddit users were stunned, calling the move unbelievably rude and asking what's even left of the wedding if you're not invited to the actual wedding. Which I agree. It's like, why would you put anything out there and be like, hey, come to Hawaii, but you can't come to our ceremony. You can't come to the reception. I guess just make us the excuse for spending all this money on a trip to Hawaii.
In the last second edition, they said that's why it got filled up.
Yeah.
I think you could probably figure out how to squeeze two more people into a room. I bet that can happen.
Right.
Yeah.
This is BS.
But I mean, if it's going to happen, like imagine if this was like, hey, we're getting married in Dayton.
Yes.
And you paid to go to Dayton, and now you're there all weekend with a hotel room. At least it's Hawaii.
Right.
Yeah, you still got.
Yes, it's a
amazing
lot
options.
of money, but you don't have no itinerary. Now you're chilling, beach, go surf.
You're right.
It's
a win.
I wouldn't. Hey, don't squeeze me on. I mean, I would still be pissed for sure that I'm like, yo, what is up with this? Why didn't you just say, hey, man, we're doing the bachelor party in Vegas, but you're not invited? Like, make it clear.
Right.
Especially if I'm talking. They had to have had a conversation, right, at the bachelor party.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, I'm so glad you're here.
I packed. Hawaii's going to be sick. Oh, you're going to Hawaii. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're going to be there too.
Wait, we're having our wedding there. Why are you going?
Yeah, it didn't register in the groom's mind to maybe bring it up.
And then finally here, just one last thing. 10-year-old Cooper Wallace won gold for the second year in a row at the European Goal Screeching Championship. Something you should know as you listen to him winning again. He is dressed in a seagull costume. So Here's a little audio of what that sounded like.
What a skill, man. That's
that is
incredible.
exciting.
I've done an hour of wall-to-wall laugh comedy and not gotten that kind of ovation at the end.
All right, we'll come back
Try the
very
brain
soon. Yeah, let's go.
Whoa, our ratings just went up.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Seagull comedian. I think I'm onto something.
All right, Moon's over at the Courtney Show with the Misfit Machine doing a little punk rock Disney preview like they just did here on the show. If you missed it, rewind the YouTube, silly. You can watch it right now while we go into commercials. And to be honest with you, I don't know when's Moon going to be back, and I don't know what we're going to do next. So just stick around.
Heck yeah.
Your traffic, though, is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Golden Oak Lending. If you need some extra cash, they can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have a stalled vehicle westbound 70 before Cypress. The right shoulder is closed. All lanes are open. Your point weather today, 72. It's cloudy right now. We're going to have some storms headed our way later today, similar to yesterday. And I mean, it was just downpouring yesterday like crazy. Storms throughout the weekend and rain, 57 tonight. Right now, it is 65 degrees, and your point weather is brought to you by Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your St. Louis weather.
Will there be celebrity guests on this show? Who does number 2 work for? Have you ever wondered what your boss's bathroom routine is like? Well, me neither. But we might find out today whether we like it or not on the number 2 show. In the wild ecosystem of the workplace, there's a unique species we've all encountered and have to navigate. The boss.
This is King Scott, Ways of the Blades. Today I'm going to teach you swords. First, you want to start with the Holiday Special, the great way to start an attack. They'll never see it coming. Next, you want to use the Festus Backswing, especially if they use the Matthew Perry. Now you want to finish with a Canterbury Slice. It's a great follow-up if they're using the Crom's Delight or the Miniature Poke. Thank you for watching. This is King Scott's Ways of the Blades. Now you know swords.
All right, guys, welcome back to the farm. So it's a Sunday, and we got a whole crew here doing stuff. We're going to work in the field today. So this will be the final episode of the farm series for now, but I'm sure we'll return back to the farm at some point. So I'm going to show you what's going on here, the progress of the plants, how those elderberries are looking, and we'll look inside the house, and I'll tell you about some future projects we got coming up here. And there's our tractor, courtesy of Herb Equipment, the Captain Riz tractor. We're moving some poles. Haha, poles. All right, so behind me is another barn. This is a future project that we're going to do. So we're going to turn this barn into a greenhouse. So come on, let me show you what's going on inside. So this is where the old owner, I guess, stored some of his tractors, some of his big carts for the field. So eventually, what we're going to do is we're going to take the sides off and kind of renovate this structure and make it a greenhouse. so we could start cultivating our own elderberry brands and maybe start selling what they call the cuttings. Right now, this is home to many a groundhog. All right, we're out here in the big field, and I am going to show you the progress of some of these elderberry plants. So you saw at the beginning, pretty much nothing. And it's a couple months later, and I'll show you what these elderberry plants look like.
Well, here we are at the Chaffetz Arena, gigantic show tonight with the Killers, joined by Brandon and Ronnie. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Yeah. I love the album. Wonderful, Wonderful is out now. It is it's such a great record. I think very much worth the wait. I want to know first things first about Jackknife Lee. That produced this record for you. I know there were a couple of other guys as well that did a track, but I want to know about a producer and what his role is with you guys and how you know he's the right one to work with you guys on something like this.
Well, it's different. I mean, every producer is a very, it's a very, that word casts a very large net. Mm-hmm. They can be, there are some people that just get in a room and sit Indian style and give you vibe. And there's some people that, the other end of the spectrum is actually, they play with you and they're like a fifth member of the band. Jackknife was kind of everything.
Stay Riz. Okay, so I just got back from the Courtney show. Big thanks to you guys and Courtney show for having a Misfit Machine on. Sorry.
Sound good.
It's so fun, man. It's just such a fun thing to do and try to bring the joy of the Disney World experience and just the movie experience and the TV shows that we all love from 70s, 80s, 90s, all everything. And do it all in one big giant celebration. So 3 p.m. show and an 8 p.m. show this Saturday. Can you feel the punk tonight? It is for everybody. Yes, it's definitely, we designed it so it would be a great opportunity for people to bring their kids or kids in their lives to their first rock show where they know that they're not going to hear any sort of, profanity or any of that kind of stuff.
And it's a blast,
And
man.
it's something that everybody can sing along with. And we cover everything from, we threw in Rescue Rangers this year.
Yeah.
And there's a sax solo that you're not going to want to miss.
And it's like a good TV show where it never stops. Like you just have good pacing, everything just works out.
Yeah, we
really fun.
We try to make it like a full-on experience that has its ups and downs and twists and turns, and it's a ton of fun. Especially, speaking of a ton of fun, I have a concert announcement. Do I have a drum roll here?
Oh, I'm sure you do. There's a drummer. Get Johnny Venus back in here. He's in the hallway. Oh,
Yep.
that's a truck. We just got hit by a bus.
Dadgummit! I shouldn't have opened a window. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh,
I found it. Okay, guys. Join the point for the 12th annual Songs for Soldiers benefit concert Saturday night, September 6th in Columbia, Illinois, featuring the Wallflowers.
Yeah!
Wallflowers plus Jimmy Griffin, the Incurables, Dazed and Confused,
Dude, that's
STL,
awesome.
and more. This is always a concert that does incredible things. Songs for Soldiers, Dustin out there and the whole organizers, they put together such a fun show. What was it, Tonic a couple years ago? And
Everclear.
Yeah, man.
They've had Chris Shiflett played it before. Dustin Rao and his staff and volunteers at Songs for Soldiers have brought so many iconic musicians to Monroe County. It's pretty incredible.
And now the flippin' wallflowers.
And now
are
Bob
incredible.
Dylan's son, Jacob Dylan, is going to be in Columbia, Illinois.
Yep.
Insane.
And let me remind you that 100% of proceeds go towards the Songs for Soldiers mission of helping combat veterans. Tickets are only $30, and veterans and kids 12 and under free.
There you go.
This is an awesome night of live music presented by Weber Chevrolet, Budweiser, Jim Beam, and Country Financial, with plenty of cold beverages, food, activities for the kids, and more. Now, that is Saturday. I think they're doing a country show on Friday.
Mm-hmm. That's usually how it does.
Okay, I don't have information on that, and I'm not sure if I'm even supposed to share that, but I did read that somewhere unofficially. And that would be cool. I wonder who the headliner is there.
They always bring somebody great. And there's a ton of local bands that play, and, you know, I've gone to it majority of the years. I don't make it every year, but it's so neat. Like, my mom can drive her bus, park at the bowling alley, we can walk over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
what a
very,
perfect thing.
and it's such a safe community. If you've never been to Columbia, it's a good town. It's just, there's great food. And that's the other thing. They keep all of the refreshments at the Songs for Soldiers Festival reasonably priced. They're not going to gouge you for a beer or, you know, the local food that they're going to be selling. So fun for the whole family for sure.
Yep, the Point and the 12th annual Songs for Soldiers benefit concert, Saturday night, September 6th, Columbia, Illinois, featuring the Wallflowers, Jimmy Griffin, Incurables, Dazed and Confused STL, and more. Listen, Rafe, if you're prepared, I'm going to give you a few minutes to do a Sparks Report, but first, he's pointing because he wants the music bed. Hang on, put that finger down. Just give me a second.
You got a very
How's it feel?
aggressive finger there,
Yeah, dude,
sir.
Your finger has an attitude.
You seem to be throwing it to me.
I was about to. I'm just teasing.
And I was letting you
I'm just
know
teasing.
I actually got it prepped, so I want when it's time.
Okay.
It's time.
I'll let you know. Should I just
But take your
surprise you?
time. Yeah, take your time.
Random facts. Americans eat about 20% more calories than Swedes. That is approximately 2 whole cheesecakes per week. Not per year, per week.
Per week.
Millions of Americans, including the Bush family, are descendants of a guy from the Mayflower who fell overboard and survived by grabbing a rope. Get a rope.
Grab that rope.
What a cool.
Follow me once, shame on me. Follow me. Don't fall a second time. That's the point of the story.
I know how hard it is to put food on your rope.
The first book that included photographs was
Mission
published.
accomplished. He was holding. He was hanging from a rope. Said mission accomplished behind him.
Billions of descendants. The first book that included photographs was published in 1843, and it was about algae. The number 187 became connected to murder because Section 187 of the California Penal Code legally defining murder. Pumpkin beer dates back to early colonists in the U.S. who didn't have enough grains available to make normal beer, so they used the cheapest substitutes, which was pumpkins.
Nice.
Factories in China produce roughly 80% of all toys and 90% of Christmas goods sold in America.
And made by the people you're buying it for.
Oh, boy.
Johnny Cash's birth name was not Johnny. He didn't even have a first name.
Nope.
His parents gave him the initials JR because they couldn't think of a name. When he enlisted in the Air Force, they said, nah, man, you need a name. You got to fill out something. So he just picked John. Saved by the Bell, the new class, had a longer run than the original Saved by the Bell and produced more episodes. Who freaking knew that?
What?
Whoa.
Wow. That's really neat.
You're not supposed to hit 2 buttons at once. That's what happens. Midnight Train to Georgia was originally called Midnight Plane to Houston because the songwriter was talking with Farrah Fawcett when she said she was taking a midnight plane to Houston to see her family.
Well, I'm glad they changed it.
There are several animals that are immune to snake and scorpion venom, including pigs, hedgehogs, and skunks. Let's get in to the Sparks Report!
Super important Sparks Report presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Play, stay, dine. Visit DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com for more special promotion. First up, the Cardinals. The Cardinals won a doubleheader versus Cincinnati yesterday, 6-0 in the first game and 9-1 in the second to improve to a record to a still totally crappy 14-17.
Close.
What? Next, who cares? Bog snorkeling. Swamp Olympics, baby. Down in Wales, they turn a muddy trench into a racetrack for the Bog Snorkeling Championships, where athletes strap on flippers, a snorkel, and zero dignity to swim through a 60-yard peat bog. You can't use traditional strokes, only flipper kicks. This year's champ, Trevor the Swamp Dolphin Hughes, set a new record despite swallowing what was later confirmed to be 1/3 of a frog. The crowd soaked, the water questionable, the vibe boring. Moving on. What? The NFL, according to agent Drew Rosenhaus, who relayed the anecdote to ESPN's Adam Schefter. Carter received a prank phone call Thursday stating that the Jacksonville Jaguars would take him in the second round. Carter wound up being the third-round pick. The Jaguars selected Colorado wide receiver and quarterback Travis Hunter after trading up. The Carter report comes out as a public fallout surrounding a prank call made to Cleveland Browns quarterback Sure You Did Sanders. An NFL investigation traced a call to Jax Olbrich, a 21-year-old son of Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Olbrich. That's 2 prank calls. The NFL is conducting an investigation. The Atlanta Falcons superfan has pleaded not guilty to stealing thousands of dollars from the Kansas City Chiefs fan. For a tailgate that never happened, prosecutors say Carolyn Freeman took more than $14,000 to cater a tailgate before the Falcons' home opener against the Chiefs back in September. When they got there the day of the game, nothing was there. Absolutely nothing, said Tammy Southland, previously told Channel 2 Action News. Police arrested Freeman weeks later at Mercedes-Benz Stadium during a Falcons-Dallas Cowboys game, pulling the same exact scam. Next up, the big one, Rock, Paper, Scissors League, where mind games go pro. Oh. You thought this was just for deciding who does the dishes or rides shotgun. Think again. The World RPS Championships are full of trash talk, fake-outs, and finger feints so fierce you'd think you're watching a UFC weigh-in. Chloe the Scissor Sister Rodriguez defeated Tony Rock Bottom Giamatti in a tense 5-round thriller. The winning play, a triple pump fake into Rock. Stone cold strategy, baby. The stakes, bragging rights, and a $500 check that didn't even cover the flight to Vegas and internet immortality. Next up, bad news. The Blues. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Kyle Connor had a goal and 2 assists with the Winnipeg Jets overcame the loss of star center Mark Shepley to beat the St. Louis Blues 5-3 on Wednesday night and take a 3-2 lead in their best of 7 first-round playoff series. The Jets lost, I'm saying his name wrong, Shifley, after he was crushed into the boards by Braden Shan early. He took a shillelagh to Shifley early in the opening boards. When things don't go your way, we lost our guy. People have to step up. So I think as a team, we stepped up today. Naman Strabasubadabajubabo said, the coach, or whatever their coach's name is. Jets head coach Scott Arniel had the post-game updates and said he couldn't say if he would make it up to the trip to St. Louis for Game 6 on Friday. Finally, we've all been waiting for this. Bus pulling championships. No! Because gym memberships are for quitters. In Lithuania International Bus Pulling Challenge, competitors literally strap a harness to a city bus and drag it across a parking lot using only their legs and their hemorrhoids. This year's winner, Sergey the bus driver Petrov, pulled a double-decker 50 feet in under 30 seconds when promptly passed out on a tire. When he woke up, they told him he won. He said, "Take me to the hospital. It's not about strength, folks. It's about asking, what if I could make CrossFit even angrier?" And that concludes this week's Whop, 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 Quadruple Whop, Super Important Smarts Report. Yeah.
That is great. Oh, you are going to give yourself an aneurysm or something. I don't know.
I got to go to the hospital.
Here's a tire.
Well done, and thank you, Mr. Sparks Prepared. All right, the time is 9:20 on this fine. Was it Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday, May 1st. Learn one last look at the traffic and weather for today.
And it's brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. You can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days with Golden Oak Lending. Let them cure your blues. We got nothing to talk about. The roadways are pretty good right now at 9:20. I think everybody's at work or where they need to be. Today, the high will be 72. Storms throughout the afternoon. 57 is the overnight low. Rain continuing on for the next couple of days. But I promise you, next week, it's going to be awesome, okay? 65 right now, and your point weather is brought to you by Martin Jetco. Heating and air conditioning, more reliable than your St. Louis weather.
All right, up next, what is something that you would never buy, even if it was discounted by 99%? We'll chop that up after the break.
So we're here at the Burton House.
All right, we're here at the Burton House in Eureka, and I've been talking on the air about how they want to get rid of this almost 100-foot tree, 110-foot tree, something like that. My tree guy, Tom, he's almost 77. He's cutting the sucker down with our buddy Ryan. And I got my friend Brad over here helping out. So we're hoping it falls that way, and not that way, or that way, or that way. And I asked him, is it going to go that way? And his wisdom was, that's the plan. So we'll see.
All right, backstage at Point Fest, and for the first time playing our fantastic festival, a rock and roll band that we have come to like quite a bit in the last 6 to 9 months. Gentlemen, it's great to see you from Bad Flower. Welcome to St. Louis and welcome to Point Fest.
Thank
it's great
you
to have
very
you
much.
here.
It's great to be here.
So I want
talking into the fart mics.
Talking into the fart mics, absolutely. The first thing that I just want to like kind of cut straight to it. The song Promise Me, we're playing right now, and I love it.
Thank you.
Like, I absolutely love it. When we play it, I honestly feel like it jumps out of the speakers and just, I don't know, man, I think it just sounds great, but it definitely sounds different than the first 2 singles before it. I'm assuming that was a purposeful move on you guys' part.
I think if it was up to me, Promise Me would have been the first single. But there were tactics involved and as to why we went and did it in the order that we did. And I'm glad that we did it in the order that we did because Ghost was such a huge success. And then Heroin, we didn't expect to also be such a huge success. So it was cool to sort of like seal that and now come out with our song that is way less on the rock side that everybody knows us to be. Mm-hmm. And it shows more of who we really are, which is a more diverse group.
Right. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Promise Me went #1 at Active Rock over the weekend.
Heroin
went #1.
I was like, it did?
There we go. Hey, already screwed up this interview.
Yeah, no, Heroin is currently #1.
We just went there. The reason that I say that is because on the alternative side of things, Promise Me is the one that we are playing.
Right. 9 Mile Garden. If you haven't checked out 9 Mile Garden, maybe this is the weekend or coming up this week. 9 Mile Garden, the number 9milegarden.com. Go look at the photo gallery and just see how cool this place is. See some of the videos that they got going on over there. They've got live music. I mean, this is the best in entertainment. 325-inch screen, a huge screen with a little stage there. And actually, nothing's little about it. This huge seating area, outdoor seating area. They got an indoor area. They got, 40-something signature drinks. They got great drinks and all this amazing food truck availability right there. So the best in food, the best in drinks, the best in entertainment. You can watch sports, St. Louis City SC, blues games, cards games, Mizzou. I mean, anything and everything, they got it going on at 9 Mile Garden. The drinks, the events, you can even do graduation parties there. So let them help you make this graduation season extremely special. Bring the dogs, bring the kids, and enjoy this amazing piece of our community right here in Afton. It's 9 miles from the Arch on Gravois, 9milegarden.com. Check out everything in the schedule and all the events and reservations. And like I said, that photo gallery at the number 9milegarden.com. That's 9milegarden.com.
This is King Scott, Ways of the Blades. Today I'm going to teach you swords. First, you want to start with the holiday special, the great way to start an attack. They'll never see it coming. Next, you want to use the Festus backswing, especially if they use the Matthew Perry. Now you want to finish with a Canterbury slice. It's a great follow-up if they're using the Crom's Delight or the miniature poke. Thank you for watching. This is King Scott's Ways of the Blades. Now you know swords.
Entry's even more exciting with the brand new extender program. So here's how it works. You start your playoff series by using your Game 1 boost, and with each game, your boosts keep growing as the series continues. The longer the series, the bigger the boosts. It's that simple. Underdog is one of the fastest growing sports game apps in the country, and you can play right here in Missouri or Illinois. Millions of fans have already won billions on Underdog, and with over 100,000 five-star reviews, the app speaks for itself. So here's how it works. Download the app, pick a player, decide if they'll go higher or lower on stats like points, assists, and more. It's really simple, and you can start playing with as little as $1, and if your entry is perfect, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. So imagine turning $1 into $1,000 just with your basketball knowledge. Underdog is easy, it's fun, and it makes watching games even better. Download the Underdog app now, sign up with promo code Riz to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. That's promo code RIZZ. Must be 18 and older, 19 and older in Alabama and Nebraska, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/extend.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
It's Riz, it's Jeff Burton, backstage at Wayback Point Fest with Vaden and Donnie from the Toadies. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How you doing? Hello, how you doing?
See, this is not that bad. I mean, you guys are from Texas, so this swampiness is all right.
Yes. Oh yeah, we need just fine sweaters. This is sweater weather.
This is old hat for you guys. So.
He took off a cardigan right before we started rolling, actually.
Oh, have fun. Keep laughing. Happy birthday, Riz.
Welcome back to the Rizzuto Show. You can always get a hold of us, 314-624-3833. We're live on the Coleman's Campers text line. I'm sure you guys are checking out all the texts that are coming over, 314-649-DUMB. And the Mick Ultra Studio Cams on the Points YouTube channel. We are live right here. You can always watch that back, too, if you missed anything or you want to catch up on, maybe you weren't up at 6 a.m. when we were chopping it up the morning intro. We can always watch the show back on the podcast playlist right there on the Points YouTube channel, and, of course, wherever you download podcasts. If you're looking for other things to do this weekend, tomorrow, Friday, from 6 to 9 in the evening, I will be down in Maplewood. They do this thing called String Fest, and me and OG guitar player from Goldfinger will be at Earthly Enigmas doing a signing and a hangout. Earthly Enigmas shop down there in Maplewood. During String Fest, and then Charlie's actually going to join us on stage for Can You Feel the Punk tonight.
That's sweet.
The most punk rock dude I know is going to do at least 2 songs with us and jump up and have some fun. So that will be cool for Saturday. I know you just did the sports report, and I don't know if you caught this, but remember we were talking about that prank call that happened to Shader Sanders?
Yeah.
And last weekend, Jax Ulbrich, the 21-year-old son of Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich, made that boneheaded decision, some would call awesome, to prank call Shadur Sanders during the NFL draft. Now the NFL is coming down hard, and I mean coming down hard, on the Falcons and on Jeff Ulbrich, the coach. What do you think? I mean, you guys be the judge. Is this the punishment fits the crime? Or is it too far? Is it not enough? $250,000. Jeff will have to pay $100,000 himself. And then here's part of the call that he made to Sanders, pretending to be the GM of the Saints. This is the kid, okay?
This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
It's been a long wait, man.
No, for sure.
We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir, let's be legendary.
But you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
What does that mean?
It's so stupid. It's like the whole thing is just mean.
So that call cost $250,000, $100,000 to his dad, and then I guess maybe the Saints or something are going to pay the other.
Collect.
So Jack saw Sanders' private number. This is what he says. Like, how to get the number? He says he saw the private draft number on his dad's open iPad while visiting his parents' house. He wrote it down to pull the prank later. So here's the defensive coordinator, his dad, Jeff Ulbrich, apologizing. Check this out.
My actions of not protecting confidential data were inexcusable. My son's actions were absolutely inexcusable. And for that, we are both deeply sorry. The NFL has taken action, and I fully respect the punishment. Going forward, I promise my son and I will work hard to demonstrate we are better than this. Again, I'm deeply sorry for our actions. Obviously not happy and shocked. So I made the Falcons aware of the situation. Our next course of action was to try to get a hold of the Sanders family so we could apologize, which we were able to do. The Sanders family, Shadur and Coach Sanders, were amazingly gracious, more gracious than they needed to be in a moment like this.
So he says he called them to apologize, and the family was super gracious. Like, they were awesome about
That's nice.
Well,
go ahead.
You go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, it's just so mean-spirited, and he could have jeopardized his dad's job.
Yeah, that's the crazy.
He did.
I mean, the whole thing is awful.
He did jeopardize his dad's job.
And cost him $100K out of pocket.
I mean, how bad are you beating his ass?
Yeah, like
at home.
Dude, I broke a window, and I still feel like I'm paying karma points from my dad for that.
Well, and I wonder if this punishment, because I touched on it, and maybe hard to follow in my sports report, but I did talk about the second guy, Abdul Carter. There was a second prank call.
Right.
Yeah, there's another prank call.
And I'm like, is the fact that there was a second prank call, I'm like, all right, we're going to really drop a big fine on we're going to stop this before it starts.
Right. You got to make an example.
Yeah.
Because now we have a second one, so that means it's also leaked. We may never get to the bottom of who that was, or was it the same kid? I'm wondering that, too.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah. No way.
Well, they don't know yet.
I
And
don't
I'm like,
know about
if
that.
he saw that on his dad's, I mean, if he's getting emails about all the people on the draft board, he might have wrote a couple phone numbers down.
So,
and this one was even worse because they called this kid, told him he's going to be the second pick overall.
Oh my
gosh. As a
And-
former prank caller, this hurts. This hurts.
I know. I love a prank call.
But I was doing it to, the kid in psychology class, my buddy who I ate lunch with.
Hey, good news, you passed.
Yeah, you weren't ruining people's jobs it's like, I get Shadur Sanders is like not the most, the whole thing was a little contrived, and he's Deion Sanders' kid, and there's all sorts of things floating around that people are like talking smack on this kid, but he's also going through like a really important moment in his career. His trajectory is just getting started. And
Wait, are you talking about the pranker or the prankee?
The prankee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I'm saying that what a crappy thing to do to a guy who is just trying to play football and have a serious moment. And then this kid's like, I'm going to be a total turd and jeopardize my dad's job and be it. Like, what is that kid doing? I don't, like, is that kid playing football?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is like the lady that heckled at my special taping.
Oh,
where I'm like, it's just like you're taking someone else's big moment.
Right.
And you're just inserting yourself into it with no thought, even if he's an unlikable guy, which he is.
Yeah.
No doubt. But he also, to his credit, his jersey outsold everyone's.
He's really good.
I saw that.
And he's really good. And, and they were gracious, which I thought was the best move they could be. Because the guy said that, and he's like, they were way more gracious than they should have been.
Yeah.
He was even
Take
gracious.
the high road.
Sanders was even gracious right away.
Yeah.
Right away.
was.
He's like, man, he's like, he's
So if you're going to hate on him for all the stuff that's hateable, you got to love on him for the parts that are lovable. And I thought
100%.
they handled it really well. And
100%.
Yeah.
they let him off the hook. They're like, we don't even care. You don't have to find him.
Yeah.
He's a kid. This is a kid. He did a thing kids do.
For
Wasn't
sure.
cool, but no harm done.
You have any special moments pranking anybody that you can talk about on the
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of good pranks. We would put catfish bait under each other's car seats.
Oh, that's awful.
And
that's chicken liver. This was rotten
it's
chicken.
disgusting. If you ever smell catfish bait, it is.
Yeah, all the time. It stays on your hands
And it would
forever.
be like dog days of August.
Oh.
Ew.
Right when school started.
Brutal.
So the cars lock their cars. You just get into your friend's car and you just you'd either put the thing under the seat or you'd stuff it up under the seat.
And
you couldn't
kinda,
find it.
It's like a Lern. They come in like little red balls.
I know all
it's like
about
chicken
it.
liver and blood.
Yeah, dude, I grew up with fishermen. It's gross.
It's the
Never would have
best.
thought of that prank, to be
That's
honest.
brutal.
That is.
I shot bottle rockets up my superintendent's car exhaust.
Oh, okay.
That's a good
thing. I
one.
didn't know where we were going there.
Trouble with that.
Yeah, I would
that
think so.
wasn't nothing. No harm done, but it was not cool.
Yeah, I'm not about vandalism, but a good prank is a good prank. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah. Well, sorry, I was about vandalism. I've done several good phone pranks.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I
Back in
loved
the
a phone
day when you
prank.
could phone prank.
Dude, so Johnny Venus had his sister's phone. It was like
We would call a bank, me and my friend Steve Rains, and we would pretend to be little kids who wanted to open a bank account because they can't hang up on you, and keep them on the phone forever,
Oh,
dude.
nice.
And it would be like,
Why can't they hang up?
because they're supposed to be, there's rules. They're
trying to
supposed
sell
to be
you something.
selling you something. So we'd call and be like, and we would just call and be like, "Hey, we want to open a checking account with you. hold on, my brother's going to help me. And then I'd hand it to Steve, and he would be the exact same age.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my brother and I was hoping we could we got money in our piggy bank. We want to open a checking account. Our parents said that we could call you.
Yeah.
And they would stay. It was just, we would annoy the lady by passing it. Anytime she would make progress with one of us, we would pass it to the other one, and he would just regurgitate the same questions. That was a fun one.
Yeah, the closest to a perfect phone prank was with AOL Messenger. I was working on the road at the time, and I won't say his name, but a buddy of ours he'd kind of gone viral for breaking things. And so we were a day behind this tour with Hinder that was sponsored by Girls Gone Wild. And so it was so annoying. You see the posters, we were making jokes about it stuff. And so that was fresh in my mind. So I created an account at AOL called Flash Them Breast.
Flash Them Breast?
Yes. And I reached out to this fella that was known for breaking things. Like, hey, we're going to be in St. Louis soon, and we saw your video. We think it's incredible. We want you to come out and open for Girls Gone Wild and this whole thing. And so it was seconds later, I got a message from him. It was like, Scott?
Is this you?
No. He goes, Scott, I just want to say, blah, 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 breaks things, just went to a whole new level.
He was so excited. You essentially should endorse Sanders, your friend.
And he bragged
the breasts
to you.
were
Yes, he bragged to me.
That's the full circle prank is when your friend brags to you.
Yeah.
We would do that a lot, too. We would call that, I remember girls used to prank call my house and, like, pretend to be girls from other towns, like girls I went to school with.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm Victoria Smythe. We think you're hot, and I'm from Pinckneyville, and as a guy, you're like, God, I hope this is real. Because you're like,
I'm willing to be fooled.
You're like 13 years old or 14. You're like, God, I hope
this is so cool.
word of Rafe 23 has spread to the next town over. And but then halfway through the call, you're like, this is somebody messing with me.
Yeah,
that's like before caller ID, man. That was the Wild West of prank calls.
That was awesome.
Well, Johnny's sister had a phone that had a voice changer on it. It was like a Barbie phone.
But
it had a voice changer. Of course, I couldn't prank anybody with this voice, especially when I was 13. And I had this phone, and I could do like a particular voice that sounded pretty legit, like salesy guy. And I called our buddy Doug, and I said I was representing a car dealership, a local car dealership, and I said, hey, of course, you remember putting your name in the drawing in Crestwood Plaza for the brand new 1992 Camaro.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And of course, he didn't remember doing this, but he's like, everybody's seen those things in the mall. Remember? It was like you put win a Camaro. And I said, okay, listen, man, you won one of the 5 golden keys if you fit in the right demographics. We're looking for somebody. And I think I had been working at the time at a marketing research firm, so I kind of knew like the quota talk, how to do that.
Yeah.
And so I go, are you between the ages of blah, blah, blah? And he said, yeah. And I go, well, congratulations, Doug. You are a recipient of one of 5 golden keys. And what we're going to need you to do is come on down to Sears. And I gave him directions like to an area. And I was like, you're going to sit through a 2-hour seminar. And at the end of the 2-hour seminar, you're going to get your golden key and go try it in the Camaro. If it opens the car, it's yours. And if it's not, you'll still win a prize, a gift certificate to this place for $250, or a Weber grill, or this or that. And I went down the list, and I did this whole spiel, and it was brilliant.
Yes.
And then I got off the phone, and we laughed, and we chuckled about it, and I forgot about it. And I'd like set the date for like Thursday or something for the next week, and we're in psychology class, first hour, day of. And I was like, oh my gosh, today is the day that I told this dude he's going to Sears. And I go, I told John, I go, hey, watch this. And I turned to John, I go, man, somebody called me yesterday from so-and-so dealership, said I want a golden key, but I didn't fit the demographic because they had already fit somebody between the ages of 15 and 18.
You layered on the prank.
I did. And like a movie, he slow motion turns around and goes, dude, I won the key. I go, you're kidding. And he goes, I'm going to Sears tonight.
I'm going to Sears.
He's like, I got to sit through the thing. I go, no way, tell me more. And he like regurgitates the whole thing. And I wanted to let it run. I wanted him to go to Sears.
Right.
But I think Johnny was like beside himself, losing his mind. And like Doug figured it out. Smart dude. He's like a dentist now. And
Doug the dentist.
Doug
right
the dentist.
Doug the dentist.
And he figured it out and was like, oh, you're being funny. And if I remember right, he reached down into his lunch and he pulled out his bag of pretzels and he crushed them and crumbled them over my head.
That's hilarious.
And I think we're even.
Okay.
Yep. Don't use them as a dentist.
In that movie.
You have 12 cavities. We have to pull all your teeth.
Doug was the greatest, and that's the tragedy here. He's like he was the nicest guy in the friend group.
That's fun, though. I like that you layered the prank.
Yeah,
oh,
that is
dude, I went
great.
heavy.
We used to prank call my uncle too all the time, and he never caught on, and just pretend like we were a guy was going to kick his ass because he was like super alpha Southern Illinois guy, and I'd be like, "There's Darryl Watson. You know who this is?" And he's like, "I don't know who you are." Like, "You're going to know because it's going to be your ass. I'm going to stomp a mud hole in it and walk it dry." And he'd be like hell you are. You know, he just immediately would just fight.
The Roy D. Mercer thing.
He just couldn't. He would just immediately go, and it was like, I was
They
doing
used to
this to
make
my own
tapes.
flesh and blood.
Yeah, they used to make tapes.
Oh,
like that.
there's a girl doing that, pretty much that prank on TikTok that blew up, and I'm like, yeah, we used to do that. And she just,
making money.
I would just call him up and be like, yeah, I saw you up at the corner pocket tavern talking to my girl. And guess what? I hope it was worth your life, because when I see you out, I'd give him specifics like, hey, I'll be there. I'll be there. And I'll be there tonight at 8 o'clock.
What do you look like? I'm in an Atlanta Braves baseball cap and overalls.
Yeah. What do you look like? I'm like, your worst nightmare. And I would just speak in vague platitudes. He was like, well, I'll tell you what, buddy, you better pack a lunch and bring your dad. You know, he's like, he's talking trash, I'm talking trash.
I'm going to open a 55-gallon drum of whoop ass on you.
Yeah, dude, we're talking all that redneck trash to each other. And then I'd hang up and be laughing. I'd be calling from across the street.
Right.
And then I'd go over to his house.
Oh, God.
And he'd be fired up, dude.
That's the best.
He'd be out there like banging in his garage. I go, what's going on, Dave? What's the matter? What's wrong? And he's like, don't worry about it. You know, and he's like, he'd get all fired up. Me and my friends would be sitting over there looking out the window across the street laughing at him. I kind of forgot about it till we started talking about it.
Yeah, nothing better. Nothing better. That's all we used to do.
Getting people fired up on a prank call was the best.
Yeah, when we were touring as teenagers, like we would get cassette tapes at truck stops, and it was all Roy D. Mercer and prank call stuff. Truck
oh, yeah, Jerky Boys?
Yeah, that's all we listened to. That's all
That's
we
why we did it. Crank Yankers. I mean, Jim Florentine is... friend of the show, was amazing on Crank Yankers.
Yeah, he was. All right, well, I teased this before, and I want to know, we'll just go through this list real quick before we got to catch our last break here. Something you'd never buy, even though it was discounted by 99%. I got a whole list of people, of things people said, and I bet you some of us are on this. Although I see one, it's popping off the screen right now, or the page, because, Rafe, I'm pretty sure you do subscribe.
Well, I immediately think of fish.
It's so funny you say that, because... almost towards the top of the list is gas station sushi.
Yeah, like any sort of that, just regular priced, not happening. But discounted fish at like the fish counter.
Yeah, no matter
Can't do
what.
it.
Even if they're giving it to you for free, you say, nah.
I'm like, no, I'm good.
Number 5 is meth. Let's just throw that there.
Discounted meth?
That's a great opportunity.
You don't pass up a deal when you see one.
I don't know, man.
What could go wrong?
Not worth it. Anybody got anything you can think of? On this list is ivory tusks. You know, anything that is like super unethical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
used underwear.
Yeah, I was thinking used Fleshlight, used undies, anything used in that region.
There's a lot of people buying used underwear, though, on OnlyFans.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a subscription service.
A lot of people put an NFT.
Yeah. I don't even understand a non-fungible token.
Did you read the story about...
I didn't even know it was called a non-fungible token.
Did you read the story about a lot of NFTs disappearing because the cloud service that somebody was using to like hold them all, they switched over and a bunch of things got deleted.
Yeah, because it's just air. Like it's you bought an image.
It's almost like it's not real.
Yeah.
Well, it's non-fungible. That's for sure.
It's definitely non-fungible.
That is not fun.
You got to be funging kidding me.
The premium level on any social media service like X or Snapchat, any get-rich-quick courses on TikTok.
What's the one I subscribe to?
The underwear one?
Number 13 is an OnlyFans subscription.
You do subscribe. Or, well, you have an account.
Yes. Oh.
I have an account. I don't pay for...
Oh, I thought you did. My bad.
No, I got an account for our for the friend of the show, Brianna Coppage, for us to...
Oh, I got you. For
but I'm not,
investigative research.
Yeah, and some of them are free, but like there's always an upsell.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, pay for it if you want it. It's just... That's not a subscription I want to forget about for 2 years and be like, God dang it, I've been paying somebody like $40 a month and I haven't even been looking.
On this list is a boat because there's too much maintenance and monthly costs. You just got to know somebody with a boat.
Right.
That's all you do. Number 12, I totally subscribe to this. It's black licorice. Gross.
Yeah, just throw it in the trash. Like, why are we continuing to make it?
Zip.
Good stuff.
Nope, out of here.
Wrong.
Towards the bottom of the list, but on it nonetheless is Crocs. Crocs.
Listen, this should not be on the list.
People say that they're so comfortable. If you gave me Crocs for $1, I would try.
No.
I don't want to try them. I have tried. I put my little foot into a crock before. And
That little hobbit foot.
I don't want to be
my little
seen.
hobbit foot went into
The
a
hobbit
crack.
cracks?
Yeah, hobbit crack.
Get some hobbit
I
cracks.
got some hobbit crack.
Maybe house shoes for me.
Yeah, I love a house shoe. I have like
She does
little, I got some fur. Jerry got me these adorable little house slippers that are, like little Inuit shoes that I enjoy. And,
Nice.
And I wear those, and that's fine. I feel like Bear Grylls when I have them on.
Well, and finally, before we catch the break here, this one is 100% true, because if you have had this or seen anybody go through this nightmare, you cannot give me sugar-free gummy bears. Those,
oh no, you'll poop your pants.
those Haribo. Those are just epicac for the other side.
Have you looked at the Haribo gummies Amazon ratings in a while? Like I was
those
crying,
reviews are hysterical.
laughing at some of the reviews.
Yeah, they're
some
just-
of them have to be made up, but man, some of them are true, and it is terrifying what those bears will do to your intestines.
You're darn right. And on that note, we'll take one final break and wrap it up.
There's a big tour, big show coming to St. Louis, April the 1st over at the Chaffetz Arena. And I am very stoked for the very first time to be chatting with Co Wetzel. Co, you'll be at Chaffetz. It is the Road to El Paso Tour Part 1. And we're playing the song Creeps. And it's really nice to meet you, Co.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having us on. Thank you for jamming the music, dude.
Now, no problem at all. And we got a lot to get to here. But I, as somebody that's kind of new to you and what you do, what was the first music in your life that caught your ear, that made you, that started to like kind of lay the foundation for you being a
Victory Men's Health. That's not a prank, Frank. We were just talking about pranks. If you don't want to prank yourself, if you want to treat yourself, take care of your health in 2025, you go to Victory Men's Health. They got 4 locations, one in Echo Fallon, one in Sunset Hills, and one in Town and Country that Moon and King Scott and I all frequent. And at Victory Men's Health, man, not only do they have it locked down, dude. When you walk into a Victory Men's Health, you feel like a man. It smells good in there. They got a bearskin rug. They got pictures of Steve McQueen, Clint Eastwood hung up all over the place, and man, you just feel like you've entered like a Zen garden of manliness, and it feels good in there, man. And they take care of you. They take you in. You have a specialized treatment plan that they make by testing your blood down to a cellular level. Everybody that works there is super knowledgeable and friendly, and they bring you back in. You sit down with the doctor. They go over your results, and they tell you everything that's going on with your body. And automatic on a blood test over the age of 35, they give PSA results, which is super important to your prostate health.
I'm going in just a few days. I'm going in for a vitamin IV drip, and guess what? I'm bringing the wife. She's like, dude, I want to go. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, that's the thing. It caters to men, but it is not just for men. A lot of people, Tina goes there. A lot of us take our wives there. Tina's on a female multivitamin. The owner is a female named Amy Stuttle, who has a great podcast you could check out. It is for men, but it is also for everybody. Victory Men's Health. Get in there. They've got weight loss treatment, peptide therapy, collagen therapy, ED treatments. They've got custom testosterone therapy. They've got cardiovascular testing, and they're always adding new things to the arsenal. And Amy Stuttle is always going out educating herself in some of the best things going on in men's health care. So for an appointment, go right now to victorymenshealth.com. That's victorymenshealth.com.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and I am absolutely honored and incredibly nervous, as a matter of fact, to have the pleasure of speaking to Alice in Chains. Gentlemen, thank you so very much. It's really great to see you here today.
Why is he nervous? Is he owes money or something?
I do not. I do not.
You slept with my wife, you son of a bitch.
Oh. See, none of those kinds of things other than just your random fanboy saw you in '93 at Lollapalooza,
That's all right.
all
That's
of that
acceptable.
sort of thing, you know?
All
But
good, man.
It's really great to have you here. And, one of the things that, in reading about the new record, it seems like the excitement level is more than just kind of like, of course everybody says the nice things when their new album is about to come out.
Not everybody. Not everybody, man.
Well, but it seems like there is genuine excitement about this particular project. Can you tell us a bit why? Yeah.
Well, we don't do records every year, so it takes a while. So when we get one out, it's like, all right, they actually did one. It's been about 5 years since we put a record out, so the response to the one you know has been really strong. We've been having a great time playing it. People seem to enjoy it, so it's all good. You know, we've been lucky enough to be able to still be doing this. You still get to go cool places and show up and have people like want us to play our music for them, and we're still making new music that people like too. So it's great.
Some of this stuff is just cyclical, you know. Like, you never know why it is that a certain record might get a little bit more attention or energy behind it or excitement around it than others, but you just kind of weather it either way, you know. And so it's cool that this one seems to have a little bit more, I don't know, some kind of enthusiasm maybe around it, you know. It's
Absolutely so. I mean, do you guys kind of, say that a bit to yourselves when it comes to songs like, you know, the big smashes that are still getting lots and lots and lots of play in Rooster? And I mean, do you ever sometimes kind of say, well, I'm not sure why this song sticks more so than another track that might not have gotten as popular?
It's all about money. We just pay.
It's who you pay.
It's who you pay, how much you pay, and you know, for 30 years we've been paying a lot, and it's.
Truth be told, music is stupid, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, you got.
He doesn't even like music.
You got to.
So I don't even know.
You got to do some things. Is all I'm saying.
Right.
And every once in a while, you got to.
No,
do
I mean
some
that's
stuff,
you know, it's you never know why songs take on a life of their own. That's for everybody else makes that decision for you, right? So if you're lucky enough to have that happen, then you're honored by it, and you're kind of blown away, and you just. But we did our part. We did those songs all those years ago. Now for some reason they keep going on. What gets weird is like we used to joke when we were young. It was like classic rock, and then you become that. You know,
yeah,
you're like
classic
holy
rock
shit.
Now.
Do you remember like the first time that maybe you heard yourself on one of those kinds of stations and were like, whoa, wait, we are not there. That is not us.
It's cool, man, because you're wedged in between
really
these
cool.
bands you like, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, you thought when you're young and you're kind of a dipshit, you think it's funny or whatever. And you're like, oh, hey, and then you kind of realize, like, wow, we're wedged in there with all our favorite bands, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
you know.
I saw.
All right, St. Louis, it's Riz, and if life's thrown you a curveball, I want you to meet the Auto Loan Pro. Let's face it, anyone can sell you a car, but it takes a pro to truly help you get back on track. Maybe you've hit a bump in the road with your finances, and the thought of financing a car feels overwhelming. That's where the Auto Loan Pro comes in. They don't just hand you the keys, they'll work their tails off to get you the best rate possible, with little to no money down, so you could drive away confident. The Auto Loan Pro partners with over 50 lenders to find the right solution for you. They know every situation is different, and they'll guide you through every step, making the process simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So if you're thinking about financing your next car, there's only one thing to know. Choose the Auto Loan Pro. Don't settle for less. Get the help you deserve. Visit autoloanpro.com today and see how easy getting back on track can be. That's autoloanpro.com, where the real pros work for you.
Oh, let's do it now.
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now. Okay, so wait, and Clovis, I don't think you have a clue how bad this gun hurts. Would you like an example? Would you like to try? Would you put your butt on the line and?
You guys can shoot me.
Yeah. Have Scott. How about you shoot Clovis first?
Can I take one
shot in the
Can I
tush.
take one of his shots and give him 4? Was that
What?
fine?
No.
Oh, that's happened. I'd like to. I mean, just as a gesture.
I mean,
of
that's a pretty.
goodwill.
That's a pretty amazing friend right there.
In tribute?
Or I'll take one and I'll still shoot him 5 times.
I had 4 last week, and I'll tell you, it was excruciating.
I'm interested to see if it's as bad as you guys say, or if you're hamming it up. So I'm willing to take a shot.
Yeah, okay. I would love for you to take a shot to see if we're hamming it up.
Fine. You know what? He'll take one of your shots.
You're amazing.
Shoot me.
All right, good. Holy smokes.
He's going to take one of your shots. Wow, I'm such a pushover today.
Thank you. All right, let's do it.
It's because I'm in a good mood.
Okay.
So do you get to, who's going to shoot me?
Scott will shoot you first.
Okay.
It's only fair. Respect.
I got to take my butt out?
Yeah, now put it up against the, go up against the wall there. Just your undies.
See if
He's
his
got a
cheeks
lot of
have
gear.
rosy red marks on them.
Clive's got a lot of gear. He's got take off.
Oh, sorry.
All right, here we go. Let me see what kind of undies Clive is wearing.
All right, what kind of undies?
The
There's
good
probably
kind?
a belt buckle on his undies.
They're Halloween underwear.
Oh, happy Halloween.
Halloween underwear,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Oh, those are great.
Oh, those are great.
All right.
They got skeletons on them.
Okay, bend down there, Scott. Level out. Okay, here we go. Count it down. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that hurt.
He's laughing. What happened? You hit him in the middle?
Yeah.
That hurts, man.
It hurts worse than you thought, right?
Yeah, boy, it does. It doesn't sound like it's going to hurt, and then it feels like somebody stung me or pinched me or something.
It gets much worse for 3 or 4.
Not only that, it doesn't hurt at first, but then it gets
Yeah, it's getting
builds.
worse. Yeah.
And I'm nervous because I have to pee so bad. I'm like, I better not go right now.
Yeah, I got to pee too. That didn't help, man.
I appreciate,
Thank you for taking it.
appreciate you being honest with
big.
the pain, but the fact that you just laughed at it, like that's
You can't, because it's such an a feeling.
It sounds like.
You can't describe it first, and it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah.
You want to try to. It's either laughing or crying. You want him to cry?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe laughing is crying for a clown. Perhaps he's crying.
Yeah, I'm all mixed up.
All right, give him 4. Give him 4s.
Go over there, Scott. Take your
here.
punishment like a man.
So this is your line right here. Go up to this line.
Now you're gonna alternate cheeks.
Yeah,
You want, or Scott? Do you want?
just to get?
Do you want 2 on 1?
No. Run left, right.
Left, right.
I'm kind of a bullseye guy.
Boy, Scott's got a small tush, by the way.
No, because then that's where make sure it's on the cheek.
Yeah, hit the cheek. Scott's got a small tush, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's cute.
Ready? Count it down.
2, 1. Oh, 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Same spot. Oh,
3, 2, 1.
baby.
Oh, God.
Oh man.
I love how he goes. I'm kind of a bullseye.
What a fun game.
That's fun, isn't that?
Oh, that stings so bad.
You can cry, Scott. It's okay.
There you go,
My
buddy.
stomach feels good now.
Well, that's that. Let's put the gun back in
Oh,
mothballs.
man.
That's it for the year.
I'm wearing
Pretty
jeans
fun.
next year. That's it.
That is fun, isn't it?
It's a nerve-wracking day. What? You guys and Queens of the Stone Age, back-to-back interviews. I'm already a high-strung person. Whew. I can't wait to have a beer when this is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
You don't need to worry about us.
Well, yeah, but I do though, because see, here's where the rub is with me and bands that I really like. If it's a band that I'm about, I can power right through. But then when it's a band that I really dig, then there's a bit of that fanboy stuff that starts popping out, and that's what I'm trying to control. So here, I'm bringing it down. I'm going to do my best professional interview as I.
You're doing very well so far.
Right.
Together we can all do this.
We can all do this. So I had the fortune of seeing you guys on Saturday. I was in Austin at ACL. And I want to talk about this. I got to talk about this.
Right.
Because I know you guys had troubles. I guess it was with pedals.
With cables and amps weren't turning on, basically, yeah.
But from where I was
Okay, that is it for us for the week. Riz is going to be in Disney World till Tuesday, but we will be back on air on Monday. Us 4 holding down the fort, having fun, going rogue, as they say. We'll have even more tickets to give out next week. Big weekend this weekend. Obviously, I got the big shows on Saturday. Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? I hope you join us. If you've been on the fence, don't be. And get on the right side of the fence and come over to the 3 p.m. matinee show or the 8 p.m. show. If you're looking for something Friday night, String Fest down in Maplewood. Charlie Paulson, the OG guitar player for Goldfinger, and my partner on stage in that band. He and I are going to be at Earthly Enigmas down. It's a shop down in Maplewood from 6 to 9. Again, Charlie Paulson from Goldfinger and myself will just be hanging out doing photos and autograph sessions.
His name is Charlie Paulson.
Charlie. Have you met Charlie? Most punk rock dude on the planet. Charlie is so awesome. I will also be joined by him on stage at Can You Feel the Punk Tonight. He'll be joining us for a couple songs because he's in for the weekend, hanging out, maybe even staying at my place. Just like to say thank you to the Table Bandit who took the desk out of my driveway yesterday.
Nice.
They posted a photo.
Posted a photo of it in the back of the truck and said, I'm heading over to King Scott's house.
Fantastic.
Happy birthday.
That's good.
And there was a table and a log, a cut-up tree in the back of his truck, and I was like, that's really a brilliant post.
Coming to King Scott's.
He took it down out of respect for Moon's neighborhood, but it was a very funny post.
Oh, that is great.
Have a great, safe weekend. Happy birthday to Clownvis. I hope you have a great birthday weekend there, King Scott's.
Yeah, thank you.
Anybody got anything going on?
Well, I want to give a huge update on my, what's that follower? It just slipped my brain. Well, let's go to this. Why don't you guys go to City Winery next weekend for the Mother's Day brunch, and it's going to be a lot of fun, so get your tickets for that and come on out. And also just follow me, King Scott Rules.
Sweet, Lern.
Tomorrow, 3 to 5 p.m., I'll be in Des Peres. We're going to do a little Schnucks Cutwater collab for a Cinco de Rizzo event where you can sign up to go to this Cancun giveaway, getaway, and all this good stuff. So please come out and see me 3 to 5 if you need any details for tomorrow, 1057thepoint.com, and just follow me on the socials.
Nice. Rafe?
Go see Lern. Go see Punk Rock Disney. If you're looking for a comedy thing to do, there are 2 Don't Tell comedy shows this weekend. Go to the Don't Tell comedy site. It's a secret headliner. I got somebody coming in from out of town. Very excited. Very good comics coming in. And if you're in Carterville, Illinois, I will be performing for the National Organization of Nurse Anesthetists this weekend.
Sweet.
Every comedian's corporate dream, but I'll be back in Soil this weekend, so I hope I see all my Southern Illinois friends and fam. I'll be around. Peace.
Awesome.
That's it. No notes.
Awesome. Riz Show supporters, check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring at RIZZ Show on all of our socials. And check out the podcast, of course, brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto. You got a title today, buddy?
Yes, I do. And
All
I think
right.
you guys might remember it.
Now
Good
is the
night,
time.
Benjamin Franklin.
Good
Oh,
night,
yeah.
Benjamin
Good
Franklin.
night.
Yes.
Good night, Benjamin Franklin. Indeed. We will see you Monday. Have a great weekend. We will leave you with Alana Truey from Steelville, Illinois' choice, their Team Riz member of the day today. Yeah! It's this band. Energy up.
Hi, this is Christopher Walken, and you're listening to a man whose voice is really f***ed up. It's the Rizzuto Show.
Backstage at Point Fest, and I'm completely honored to be joined by Ed from Live. This is one of my childhood dreams, to always talk to you every time you're in town.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Been following you. I was telling your tour manager, I've been following you guys since, and I'm sorry,